Welcome into the Cam Strick podcast, episode number 252.
Yeah, baby. What up,
We
all
are
y'all?
fueled by First Form, Cam.
What's up, all y'all? What's up? I hope it's not as hot as it is here everywhere else in the world. I know there's fires going on over the world, but it's about 106 degrees in St. Louis for the next 4 or 5 days. It's been pretty mild, relatively mild throughout the summer. We've had a lot of rain. My grass looks fucking great. It's late August. Grass looks great. That means you had a pretty decent summer. But right now in Missouri, it's hot as fuck, and it's humidity out the wazoo. And if I'm driving around out yonder where I live, Andy, and I see some hillbilly with their doggies in their front yard chained up with no fucking water, man, I might bang on that door.
Really?
I might bang on that door.
Well, we don't have that in
I
my
might bang on
neighborhood,
no.
dude. They got
Your
fucking dog
neighborhood
houses with air conditioning
Your neighbor doesn't have any dogs, dude. Besides maybe a couple golden doodles that don't leave the house.
Yeah.
But I'm saying some of these cats, man, like these dogs, like just take care of your animals and take care of the elderly. It's 106 degrees for the next 5 days.
They all know that.
I'm just letting you know.
Our listeners
don't be a hoot.
They're not leaving their elderly
hey, all y'all,
out there.
if you live out where you live, you know, and sometimes you buy a bunch of hoot, like sometimes you look and you're like, God, that poor little puppy dog. Like that dog is outside. He's chained up. It's 106 degrees. The sun's beating down on him, man. Like,
can I throw another one out there?
I see that, and I don't like it.
Can I throw another one out there? Don't leave your kids in the car.
Oh, jeez. No shit. Dogs, kids, all that shit. Dude, I saw the other day.
No, you know, people have done that. Dude.
No, they die all the time. No.
It's like people leave their kids in the car.
Yes.
Do not do
You're
that.
Fucking Hoosier motherfucker. Dogs, kids like that, dude. Dude, I see it all the time. It pops up on Twitter where these people at, you know, of course, Walmart parking lot, they're banging down the window.
Why, of course, Walmart?
Because you want to go to, because Walmart's huge.
Is it?
God, yeah, dude. Especially out by me, man.
We don't have one near me.
Of course. I know you don't. Not where you live. But out by me, man, you walk in there, there's ankle bracelets everywhere. Everybody's like,
my God.
Oh,
really?
ankle bracelet capital of the world,
Okay,
Walmart.
so if you have an ankle bracelet, are you showing that off? A buddy of mine actually was at a wedding.
Embarrassing.
Recently, and he's like, look at this dude's ankle. Like,
they're gigantic.
Put some socks on.
So you can't hide it, dude. It's hard to hide. They won't, if you have like certain kind of pant bottom where it's what's it called down there where you know, a suit where you hem them, hem
the bottom of the pants.
These ankle bracelets are fucking gigantic. They're like an old iPad.
Really?
Yeah, and so they stick out like a sore thumb.
I thought it's like an Apple Watch.
No, it's on your ankle, dude. And it's huge.
No, I know it's on the ankle. It's called an ankle bracelet.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Can't they come up with something else? They should put like a chip into the
Fuck
body.
that. Listen, if you have an ankle bracelet on, you done fucked up. So like people need to know you done fucked up. And so like you just see it.
What
at
do you
Walmart.
think when you see that? What are you thinking?
Domestic violence. Probably some D-dubs, maybe.
Yeah.
I would say
They didn't kill anybody.
No. Well, maybe they could have got off in their home
And
after a
trial,
murder sentence.
waiting for trial.
No, they wouldn't be able to leave their house, I don't think. But like, if you're able to leave your house with an ankle bracelet to get food and stuff like that, like I think that even if you killed somebody and you served your time,
somebody.
if it was like second degree, and you did your time, and now you finally got house arrest, and you go to Walmart, so there could be killers, but I think it's more domestic violence, drug abuse, selling meth, whatnot.
I wonder if you put a sock on over it, if it can't like the wires and they can't like get to the headquarters to know where you're at.
No. If you cut that thing off, it goes. It's like an alarm. Goes right to the police.
No, I'm
and
saying
they go right to where that was.
If you put a sock over it, maybe the headquarters can't read.
That's ridiculous.
Can't read it.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, people show it off. Then I'd have a sock over it.
You can't put anything over it. It looks stupid. Even if you did put something over it, everybody knows you got an ankle bracelet on. So anyway.
Well, don't wear shorts and sandals with it.
Well, you shouldn't wear sandals anyway unless you're like by poolside. And even then, again, I say this a lot. Like,
can you go in the pool with it?
I don't know. You're not supposed to be at a pool with an ankle bracelet on. Look, I don't know.
You can't drink. You can't do anything.
No, man. No, it takes your alcohol levels and stuff like that.
Like this thing does.
Yeah.
Like automatically.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know. No, you can't booze. You can't take any drugs. None of that, dude. And you get drug tested anyway, so you got to watch that. So.
But when you're in jail, apparently you can like drink and like do drugs.
Yeah, you're already in jail. Like if you get it, you get it. But once you get out, you're gonna
How
get
are
dinged.
they getting it? You think?
What do you think?
From the guards?
Dude? Of course, man.
Really?
People smuggle from not just the guards, from the wives that come in. They'll sneak it up their ass or whatever the case is. You're damn right. They'll swallow a balloon. They'll swallow a little balloon now to heroin. You fucking A right.
Oh, and then they pick it out
They'll shit it out of their ass or something. They'll give it to them, and they'll swallow it real quick, and they'll shit it out, and they'll get it, and they'll cut it up and snort it. So, yeah, man, there's ways to get drugs anywhere, dude. Big time. Big time. So hey, it's hot as shit here.
Can I ask you a question?
It's hot as shit.
Can I ask you a question? Because now you've piqued my interest. There's a lot of things that I'm interested in, Cam. I have a very wide variety of interests.
Now you do, because you hang out with me. You were so one-dimensional earlier. Now you're kind of creeping out of that. You're expanding your knowledge a little bit because you're forced to.
So
because you don't want to get chirped by everybody.
If you're a guard, how are you getting paid? And you're sneaking in drugs. Who's paying you? Do you think
criminals are? They get paid. They got money. They can wire money to you. They can do all kinds of shit.
Really?
Yeah, you still get paid in prison if you work. Not much, but you can still.
What's the going rate?
I have no idea. I don't want to.
They still make license plates?
Maybe.
Remember, I was always told that when I was a young kid that they make license plates.
Yeah, I think they did. They did a lot of stuff. They do a lot of stuff. They clean stuff. They work on the side of the road. They do shit. But they could smuggle in drugs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Very, very easily.
Yeah, it's very hot in here. What creates this type of heat? Explain to me why it's 100 degrees here, but somewhere else in the same country it's 30 degrees.
The system
comes 30 degrees cooler.
Because the system comes up from the south and affects the Midwest, but doesn't go far enough to hit Minnesota. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't go far enough east. Sometimes the mountain range blocks shit. But it's only for 6 days.
Because it's so hot in even New Mexico and Arizona, but in parts of California. Now, California can get very, very hot. And we've seen that in recent
right now
years.
It's getting shit on by rain.
Do you believe in global warming?
Global warming is a thing. Is it man-made, and what can we do about it is a completely different topic. Hey, let's go green. Well, I say you can't just force that issue, man. People aren't ready to go green yet. This country's not ready for it.
You're wearing a green shirt today. That is it's
first form, baby.
Yeah, it's a very interesting shade of green.
In my opinion, we have so much oil underneath us. We have wealth. It's gold. We have black gold, 200 years worth of oil. I say we dig all this out, build another an oil plant refinery. That the last one we did was in 1970. You get one, then you build up all this oil so we don't have to buy from Saudi and Russia and all that shit. We're buying fucking oil from Saudi Arabia and Russia still, 30%. And so if you just build this up and slowly turn everything green and electric, do it slowly, but you still are making money because you have all this abundance of oil underneath us that you can just tap right up. And now we got, because that oil's currency, and you just use that around the world. We need to go green. We need to clean the planet. I understand that. But you can't do it in such a quick way to where it fucks our economy up. You know what I mean? You know where that cobalt was made? You know what's in a battery with these electric vehicles, It's cobalt.
Yeah.
Just like in your phone.
Yeah,
you know where that's made?
Well, give me a few minutes.
A little 7-year-old in the middle of Africa is digging cobalt out of the ground with their fucking bare hands with no shoes on. That's how you got your phone. So you want to bitch all you want about all this stuff? That phone, throw your phone away. How dare you? How dare you use that phone, Andy? That little 7-year-old in Central Africa dug out that cobalt for that phone.
And that's about global warming? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just, my point, no, I'm just saying
because that was my question.
Global warming. We could take off every single SUV in the United States.
No, how'd you come up with the kid in Africa? I was trying to follow you.
Well, because of the battery, electric batteries, and
what about
Energizer?
Cars.
No. The batteries in these cars, that we want to go all
electric cars.
They have cobalt in them. You know how those batteries? They don't die.
Like the Rivian.
They don't die.
You know what those are?
No, I don't care
those
about
new
electric
trucks.
Cars right now.
I think it's called a Rivian. You have to order it well in advance.
Yeah, they're expensive as shit. Oh, just go green. Hey, get an electric car. Well, they're expensive as fuck. Okay,
no,
they're expensive as fuck.
There's a new Escalade.
We're not ready for it.
That's electric.
We'll get there. We're not ready for it yet. So anyway,
something thousand.
The cobalt. I went off track because it's still. I'm looking at your phone right now, but that cobalt is a huge. With those batteries, you have to dig out so many different minerals and material and all that shit, and cobalt's one of them. And the way you get cobalt is a fucking nasty ass thing, dude.
So can you make a lot of money digging up cobalt
in Africa? What do you think? You
Probably
think those 7-year-old kids half naked that are digging up cobalt with their fucking hands are getting paid? Are you out of your mind?
Let me call a timeout because you say they're. Listen, you're watching those shows late at night.
What shows?
Like the infomercials that
Excuse
come
me.
out.
What? Andy has no idea how to do his own research besides hockey stuff.
No.
You don't even know where I get. Go look.
When they show them hungry and
Look,
stuff like that.
Stop it. Get out of here. That's not a fucking Sarah
same.
McLachlan dog commercial. Go look up.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, look up cobalt. How do you make cobalt? How do you find cobalt? Look that up real quick and I'll show you.
Well, we'll get to it.
Get to what? You think I'm watching infomercials about kids in Africa?
What I'm saying is every African kid hungry and half naked, as you say, you know?
Yeah, a lot of them are.
The whole country?
Maybe not in South Africa, where Durban is, and
I'm talking Tanzania.
Cape Town.
Tanzania.
Fuck yeah. There's more slaves in Africa now than there ever has been in life. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Hardcore, dude.
Yeah.
Big time. Dude, Africa is fucked up. Beautiful. Tons of resources. But yeah, it is poor as shit. There's civil wars going on that no one even talks about. We talk about Ukraine. There's civil wars going on so bad in Africa. It's god awful. And so all these people you got your cell phone, man, like there's a lot of shit that goes into it.
I've been seeing on Instagram there's some beautiful resorts over there in Tanzania too. Like 5-star.
Tanzania's, well, yeah, because Americans go over there because it's beautiful and they look at giraffes and shit.
They go on these safaris.
But the locals there are dirt poor.
Oh, man.
How'd you not know that?
Of course I know that.
Well, then why are you asking me?
Of course I know that there are.
Well, you sound dumb when you act like you don't know.
Well, I'm just asking, is everybody there? Like, isn't there...
Not everybody anywhere is one
wealthy
thing.
people in Africa? Like, what,
yeah,
what are they doing to make money that makes them wealthy?
Well, they're probably politicians.
Yeah, politics.
You know? Mm-hmm. Or they own a company that digs fucking diamonds or digs out cobalt or whatnot.
What's the biggest sport in Africa?
I would say soccer.
Oh, really? I don't think that's it.
Soccer?
Is it cricket?
Maybe cricket or soccer.
Mm-hmm. South Africa is
Andy asks a question, he acts like he knows the answer to it, but then he doesn't. What is it?
Soccer.
Yeah,
thank you, Brody.
Well, I said soccer.
I hadn't seen Africa, the soccer team in the World
Cup.
What's
the cheapest sport to play?
Soccer.
So that's why it's there. Mm-hmm. You need a ball, and they don't even have a ball, and they don't even have shoes.
But I think baseball is pretty cheap to play too. That's why you see so many people in South America.
Unless you want to buy a bat that's $400.
Well, now you have to. I mean, you don't have to actually. I mean, listen, I went to go. I went to go look for a bat.
But don't
for my
buy
kid.
skates there, expensive.
I understand that.
Yeah, you need to.
You have to be that has to be your primary sport, at least in my opinion. For me to go to a sporting goods store and invest that much into baseball, then you have to invest your son into the game to where it's worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, oh, I'm just going to get you the most expensive bat, but we're just going to, maybe show up whenever we want.
No, it's not necessarily the most expensive bat, Andy. It's more like, what are all the other kids using? And they need to keep up with the technology.
Because you know what happens now?
So why don't you get Ty a fucking old wooden coho?
No.
Exactly.
But you know what happens now? Because back in the day, when you played baseball, and I played center field, Cam, I played a little first base as well. I was a left-hander, so I could play first. I wasn't able to play third, short, or second because I was left-handed.
Yeah.
Pitched a little when I was a kid.
Oh, I bet you're.
I had a lot.
Max Scherzer.
I could cover a lot of range in center field, but you could use anybody's bat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody had bats, and if you just say, "Oh, I like your bat,"
Easton aluminum,
and nobody cared. Now it's
that was the 90s.
Now it's. Ty picks up a bat, and I hear the kids say, "Mom, he's using my bat."
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh my God, Ty. Okay, you can't use that bat.
No, you can't. You can't use.
You can't use someone else's bat. You got to use your own bat.
Well, look at back in the day when we had our hockey stick. The same kind of thing, man. Things evolve, and you need your own bat.
So now everyone has to have their own bat.
And listen, bats don't last that long. You think those aluminum bats keep their pop for a while. They don't. They lose their pop.
And that's how those companies make money.
Yeah, and they're not going to break like a graphite stick, but they'll lose their pop, and it's very noticeable. I asked that same question, too. I hang out with fucking baseball guys for 3 hours every morning and talk baseball. And sometimes I want to jump off a bridge. So, these little things, one of my coworkers, Jimmy, had to go buy his son a bat to keep up with the kids he's playing with. It costs $500.
But here's the deal. I know, but ice skates, like you said, they cost $1,000. I mean, my kid at 7 years old, a hockey stick is now $200.
Oh, Jesus. I know, dude.
You just have to decide what you want to do. But if you want your kid to be a good baseball player and you're investing in it and you have them traveling and doing all this stuff and you want them playing on the top teams and you want them playing all year round, then you got to give them the best chance to have success, man. And you got to invest.
Yeah.
Invest in your kid.
It costs money. It costs money. Now you could overdo that. Get the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. No, there's a balance to everything.
No, you don't need the best of the best.
No, you don't. No. If he's good, he's gonna be fine. If she's good, she's gonna be fine. But you don't want to like hinder their skill because you're so fucking cheap that they're using an outdated whatever and they can't keep up because
Let me give you an example, Cam. Right now, like hockey-wise, the most marketed, most popular sticks are what? Bauer, Warrior, CCM, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look at the money that Sherwood is putting out right now, getting these big dogs now to sponsor and promote their product. And, I mean, they got guys like Matthew Tkachuk signed up, and now they got Connor Bedard. And I'll tell you this right now, Sherwood, if you're listening, man, I think it's great that you're doing that because I used to use an old school Sherwood back in the day when I was playing for Parkway North.
It really worked for you.
I played right wing Cam. And never had a great shot, Cam, but,
Terrible shot.
Remember that Paul Coffey stick, though, back in the day?
Yeah, no, I remember all those, dude. I remember having Sherwood back in the day.
But I'll tell you this right now. When I take my kid to the hockey shop, I don't see a damn Sherwood stick anywhere on the rack. So
you will now.
Are we?
Well, if Connor Bedard's using it, you certainly are.
But it's not just him and Matthew Tkachuk. Go on the Sherwood website. You'll see a bunch of other players that are on there, too.
They're going to see a lot more Sherwood.
But
they're doing their marketing campaign.
So it's one thing. So you're putting out your money on these NHL players who are using Sherwood gloves and sticks and whatever. But, let's get some of this stuff stocked in the hockey store.
Well, you got to build it up first. People got to
know.
Sherwood's
been around forever.
Yeah, but they're gone. And now they're back. And now they're, having their marketing campaign. They're spending a ton of money on
How much you think they're paying Connor McDavid?
A couple $100,000.
I mean, it's got to be at least.
Mm-hmm.
How could the big boys miss out on that?
Because the big boys are paying a lot of other people. I don't know. I don't really care. I like it.
Maybe he likes the Sherwood.
Yeah, he's probably like, fuck yeah, I'll use this. Oh, you're paying me a little bit more? Well, fine, I'll do it. And I'll score 60 goals with it. And then I'm going to boost up your product. And now when you and Ty
Did you
go,
stick to one brand? Were you a...
No, I was sponsored by a bunch of different things.
Like who?
Graf.
Okay.
I was the only one
for skates.
No, for everything.
Okay.
I had Graf gloves. I had Graf stick. I had Graf skates. I was the only one in NHL wearing Graf.
I don't remember seeing too many Graf
I had the baddest
sticks.
ass gloves, dude. And Lou had me, because there's a little neon on there. And so Lou had to have the guys mark it out with a black marker because I was using Graf. Then I used their stick. It was really cool. I got a bunch of Graf sticks still in my truck. But
really?
yeah, I had Graf.
Can I have one?
No. And Rebellion. I used a company called Rebellion for a while.
What was that?
Because I was the easy guy for all these little companies to be like, hey, Cam, here you go. You don't cost that much money. You're still cameras on you here and there. If camera finds you.
Rebellion?
Yeah, Rebellion.
Are you considering, are you confusing that with those T-shirts you used to wear?
No, not at all.
What were those T-shirts you
Affliction?
Yes.
It's a big difference, man. I used to wear Affliction a lot.
Rebellion is a hockey company?
Yeah, I mean, it were when I was playing.
I'm not familiar with it.
Well, no, they didn't sponsor you, Andy.
So what did they have? What did they have you wearing?
I had their stick. I had their gloves. And that's it.
Because let me give you another example. You know how a lot of these companies, we've had Daredevil Hockey sponsor us in the past. We're talking to another company right now that we hope to get on board, and they make that resisting fabric, right? Yep. Where protects kids' wrists, the arteries.
Yeah, Carlos.
Achilles, Carlos company, yeah.
Kovalchuk.
And I honestly, since my kid's been playing, I think it's so important to have that. You see these kids get cut in the neck. We've seen tragic stories there. We've seen kids get cut in the wrist and then the Achilles too. Terrible.
Yeah, man.
So I think there's no excuse not to have your kid in cut-resistant gear underneath their equipment. But you don't see CCM, you don't see Bauer, you don't see these big dogs promoting that. You know why?
Why?
Because they don't get anything out of it because you can't see it when you're watching TV. You can't see the Bauer logo on the cut-resistant, undershirt that they're wearing under their shoulder pads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
So it's why would we make that? We're not going to, there's no value in it for us,
Well, sure there is. All you have to do is have some sort of marketing campaign and scare the parents.
So that kind of bothers me a little bit.
Scare the parents. And it's not easy it's not a hard thing to do. All you got to do is be like, hey, you want your kid's Achilles to get cut open and bleed out in the ice, or their wrist? How many times have I got cut over the years? You didn't even know you're cut. You get fucking cut, dude. That's an easy thing to talk about. You put the fear in parents, and they're going to be forced.
But they're like, we're not going to invest in that. We're not going to
not?
make that. Other companies are, but why would we do that? You won't even see it on TV. You're not going to see the CCM or Bauer logo.
You don't need to see it. You need to talk about it, and you need to put it in the parents' brains that every time they go to Pure Hockey or wherever they pick up their equipment at, they're going to see that and be like, I need my kid to wear this.
Yeah.
It's because of logos now on the front part of a piece of equipment.
Like, pay Connor McDavid to talk about it.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. You don't need the logo on Braden Shin when he's cruising around in warm-ups. You need the message out there, and next time you go to any local hockey store, that son of a bitch is right there, and mom over there is like, no, get this for little Johnny. I don't want him getting cut open, because Connor just talked about it on a fucking memo or whatever.
Hey, I would tell all the parents out there, it should be required. All the coaches out there, if you're coaching youth hockey.
I agree. That's easy.
If I was in charge, you would not see a kid on the ice without wearing it, because I'm not having a kid bleed out under my watch.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
You know, I put a bounty on Andy, and I took it away because I'm a good guy. He played with the Warrior group.
Against them.
Awesome
guys.
And they're great to you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you wear shoulder pads?
I did.
Good.
In fact.
Thank God. Because it's just a lack of respect for the game. No offense. When someone like you twirls out there against a team like that, against a hardcore team like that, and you're like, I don't need to wear shoulder pads. I'm glad that you did.
A lot of guys.
You would have pissed me off.
A lot of guys didn't wear them.
Who?
Jordy,
Steve Ott.
My boy Jordy. Jordy Fox.
Jordy played pro. Jordy played pro.
My boy Kylie Hill. He didn't wear shoulder pads.
Don't give a fuck about him either. He ain't even moving fast. It's you. Kylie Hill's 6'3", 250 pounds. Jordy's like 280. You're 130. You need to wear shoulder pads. I bump into you, and you're fucking. Your shoulders are crushed.
I wish
you need to wear those. It's disrespect.
I wish I would have had my media team with me, Cam, videotaping and filming my trip. Saturday morning, I went to Play It Against Sports to buy shoulder pads. And I've never bought hockey equipment.
Did you get little guys?
There.
The little
I wanted like little ones because the ones that I have that are so old, I don't think I ever wore when I was a kid. I think I bought them like to play men's league hockey years ago, and they fit terribly, and there's like a crease in them, and they make me look really goofy on the ice.
Yeah, they did.
And
but
so
you still had them.
But I still had them on. But they didn't. They were like cardboard. They weren't like old school, like where they just fit right. So I got a pair of shoulder pads from Play It Against Sports, dude. They were like $17 or something.
And Play It Against Sports is where you can buy used. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Play It Against Sports is legit. 100%. They should be a sponsor.
Yeah, they should be. They should be.
Yeah, because you have all this equipment, and you just sell it back to them. They'll give you a decent price.
I've sold a lot of stuff there,
I know.
Actually.
Look in your garage. Look in garage, man. Like I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys have that in Canada or Sweden or wherever you guys are listening from, but here it's called Play It Against Sports, and all that shit in your garage, you just resell it, and they'll give you a little bit of coin back, and then you buy other stuff there. It's actually quite nice. It saves you a lot of money.
Yeah, so $17 for like gently used. They look like they were hardly.
So you had them on. Thank God, because
you know what size they were?
Tiny. Women small.
Dude, they were junior large, actually.
Yeah, for children.
Yeah. But you know what? They were kind of tight. But the adult sizes, they only had brand new ones. I didn't need to spend $150 on shoulder pads.
Oh, hell no.
And even the adult mediums, they were like way too bulky and too big. So these kind of fit nice and snug. But like my wife took a few pictures, and I'm like, yeah, I look like a hockey player out there with real shoulder pads. I'll be the judge of that.
Let me see them right quick, because it's just. I was going to say, Andy, because it's just disrespectful for you to not wear shoulder pads.
No, after what you did on the radio, I wasn't going out there without them.
Fuck, man. I didn't have to say anything on the radio about that.
Because I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
But, like, you just falling into the boards. You're not, like I don't need shoulder pads. Yeah, you do. Oh, I'm not going to fall. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. You're going to break your AC joint. Now you can't drive anywhere. And now you're going to affect me. And you're going to affect business because you fell into the fucking boards because you want to troll around like Chaser does in these alumni skates with no fucking shouldies on, and you hurt your AC joint so you can't drive anymore. That affects me.
Yeah, it was like a real game, though. Like, I mean, it was an intense game.
Like, dude, you're getting bumped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
and
you're getting
like,
bumped.
There was one time the puck was kind of along the wall, and I was like skating behind the net to get to a loose puck, and one of their defensemen, and like they play really hard.
They play hard, dude.
And he was coming, and I extended my arm, which you should never do.
Nope.
It's kind of like, you see NHL players, like if their shoulder just gets torn out.
Tuck that in, dude, and take it.
And I extended my arm to poke the puck up the wall.
Yeah.
And he pinned my arm against against the boards.
Yeah.
And this guy was probably a good 210, 215.
Yeah, that'll get you.
And luckily, it didn't pop out.
Oh, they could have sub-blocked your shoulder easily.
Yeah.
I've
And I'm
had
like,
that.
thank God, man. Because that was stupid. You know?
No, what that's not stupid. That's just a reaction play. Sometimes you got to poke the puck away, Andy. What's stupid is not wearing the proper equipment. When you're not, like you should wear that. Like, have you ever seen Jordy Fox fall on the ice? I've never.
No.
Like, I've never seen him fall. Have I seen
Or
you fall? Yes, I have.
And I don't see Kyle
Kyle
fall.
ain't moving fast.
No, but he played at a high level.
Yeah,
so
I
like,
know.
he knows.
But he's huge, dude. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing this thing. He played in the O. Like, he's fine. But you are a different story. Wear shoulder pads.
So what was
God
the
damn.
what was the
People
scouting
are like,
report?
Cam, they're texting into my radio show this morning because I get worried because when I put bounties on people, which I don't like to do.
Why did you do that?
I was joking. No, they're texting in like, I'm playing against Andy this weekend, Cam, I'm playing. I'm like, okay, fucking get him. And then I'm like, wait a minute. They will get you. Like, I got to stop this. I got to put my foot down. And I did. And I relayed the message again. And then they were good with you, right? Because they were like, Andy was great.
They were awesome.
So
awesome.
they said you played pretty good. No one fucked with you.
No. They were.
I took the bounty.
It didn't get nearly as chippy as it did maybe last game, but we had a lot of big dogs out there also, so like they kind of got really intense. That probably contributed to it too. But I love that program, man, what they're doing. And they
Happy birthday, by the way.
Give these guys an opportunity to go out there and play and have that routine and that consistency. And
Rob Rammer's doing a hell of a job with those
it.
guys. Oh, he's coaching them hard too, man.
They
want to be
he's
coached
like
hard.
Keenan out there,
Yes.
Scotty Bowman.
Dude, but they want that.
I almost feel like they have to like earn their ice time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's earn your ice time. Yeah, you have to earn your ice time.
Like they play hard.
That's what they're not.
I had
fucking
one
around.
shift where I didn't really back check Cam. You know what I'm talking about?
God, I know what you're talking.
And
so annoying.
Otter gave it to me so bad.
Stevie Ott.
Oh yeah,
Thank
but
God.
and then
Anybody else do anything to you?
no.
I'm just asking.
But then the rest of the game, he was just very encouraging.
Andy, you're
and
not good
pumping me
enough.
up.
You're not good
No,
enough
no.
not to back check, homeboy.
No, it was
so
just
you know.
one shift. I didn't.
Were you
really,
lazy? Did you get
No,
bad body
no,
language?
No. So then,
Because remember the couple times where you had bat and I'm looking at you
Yeah,
like, don't fucking do that
Yeah.
in Nashville and stuff.
We're not really there as much.
You did a couple times.
Little bit.
Little bit.
I mean, you were hard to play with, Cam, in that game.
I'm the only one that played with you consistently because I didn't want to piss anybody off.
But
I am a
but
teammate.
I had a couple shifts with Otter, and we had some
Hockey
good.
player.
Oh,
Is he
good,
still good?
good.
Yeah.
And Mikey Weber, New Blues assistant coach, Windsor boy,
I play with him.
told me you were nice to him his rookie year.
Of course. Did I sexually haze
I asked him if you hazed him.
What'd he say?
He said no.
Fuck no. Fucking
Just
haze.
making sure you're putting your
like I'm some fucking weirdo.
you're walking the walk.
Yeah, well, ask everybody then. Go ahead. Ask anybody.
I'm sure you.
I took him
but
out.
I know
I'll
how
kick
you
all
are.
those
I'm
guys
sure you
out.
were like, hey, pick up the tape.
Oh, yeah. A big dick in juniors, dude. Like, go get those girls. Get them over here. Let's go. Like, what are we doing? Not like, take your pants off and I'm going to spank your ass.
Do you feel like you have like is there like a junior class? You know how like in college you come in, it's like your class, like freshman class, the same recruiting class. Then you're like sophomores together and juniors together. It's like the seniors.
Yeah.
Like who came in with you? Did you guys all stay together? Like some guys leave earlier than others, I guess.
I mean, Daryl Lloyd, John Scott Dixon, little shout out, motherfucker. What's up, babies? Miss all you guys. I had so much fun with you guys, man. I played against Lloydie. He played for Belfast when I was in Nottingham, dude. Crushing guys. God, that kid got away with murder.
Are your billets around still?
No, the old ones are both dead, I think. But the Oksonans are still around. Love all you guys. They were so sweet. Me and Davey Bowman was a captain. After I got out with the old couple, I went in with Sue and Ricky and David Bowman, the captain, and we had such a good time. The parties were at our house, man. The only thing they hated me doing, what do you think it is?
Well, probably drugs.
No. No.
I mean,
No. Although I did have an overdose one time.
Oh my God!
I know.
At the Billets house?
Yes, and she had to take me to the hospital.
Are
in
you
an
serious?
ambulance. Yes.
What are you overdosing on?
Painkillers.
Oh.
I took her painkillers. I did.
And you overdosed?
Yep.
In junior?
In junior. And
Did
no
they
one
call
knew.
your parents?
Fuck no. Wait. Yeah, they did because I was it cost me $2,000. Not only did I almost die, it cost me $2,000 because of the fucking hospital bill and the more than anything, it was the ambulance bill. I was having a heart attack. fell down
ambulance bill.
I fell down the stairs, and I was like, "Gah!"
And you're calling for her?
Yeah, and Sue helped me.
And she's like 90 years old?
No, this is a different bill. This is my second.
Because they're the ones that are
I didn't do it.
falling
I
down
didn't
the
do it.
stairs.
I didn't do that. But I remember taking so many painkillers from Sue.
Did you tell her that you stole them?
Yeah.
She's like, where did you find these?
I go, where do you think?
Remember that old commercial back in the day?
I loved her so much.
When that kid says to the dad, I learned it from watching you, okay?
Yes.
It was
no,
one
but
of those.
dude, I was already in the mix. No, Sue, Sue and Rick, I love you guys so much.
What did she have in her cabinet?
She had fucking oxys.
Are you going through her cabinet?
Oh, yeah. I went through her cabinet and took some.
So you were bad in junior.
Oh, yeah.
So the addiction you had for painkillers?
I wasn't addicted then. I was curious then. I knew it made me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I never got hurt.
You like to drink with it or something?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew, and I'm just being honest, guys. Like it just listen. When you're an addict and you got that demon telling you what to do all day, every day, like it you think you can do no wrong. Like, I mean, go check these out. Like, I love Sue. I take care of her. I'm gonna take her painkillers, and I did. And I took so many of them, and I remember falling down the stairs. And I couldn't even put. I'm like, ah. And she called, and I went to, and I lied to everybody in the hospital. Like, what'd you do? And I go, I don't know.
Well, did you lie to her?
No.
You said, Sue, I took your oxy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She was one of my like. We were good friends. Like
how much? Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Nothing sexual. Now her daughter was older.
Oh my God!
I didn't do anything with her.
alone.
No. She was lovely, but Sue was like a good friend. Like Sue, I love you so much.
Do you ever talk to her?
Yeah, messing me all the time.
Does she?
Yes.
Well, give her a shout out right now.
I just did.
Say it again.
Sue Kovalchuk, love you, and Ricky. God damn.
What about
you guys,
the husband?
Ricky.
Okay.
Awesome.
Would they go to the games?
Oh, are you kidding?
Are they one of these Billet families
kidding?
that like host like kids all the time?
Oh,
They
yeah.
probably have somebody now.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, maybe after us, like me and Bo, they loved us so much. We had all the, like we'd give them so much attention. All the guys would be at our house, like they loved it. But what's the one thing they hated me doing? What do you think?
I mean,
what do you
there's
think?
a wide range of things here. Cam.
What do you think? It's one thing.
Well, drinking.
Fuck no. One thing. Come on.
Pornography.
No. Close.
Oh my God.
Women. She hated.
You're bringing them back to the house.
Yes, and she did not like that because that's where the trouble comes in. Yeah, drugs and all that. Yeah, of course. I get fucking. It is what it is. But I brought. If there's girl, they were really weird about that, and rightfully so, because all the bad things happen.
How old were the women you were bringing back?
Shit, 42.
Oh, 40 is the younger range?
To 17.
Oh, my God.
I was 17, motherfucker. I was 18, 19, whatever. Young to old. And
do you know Elvis had a thing for teenage girls?
Yeah, 13-year-old Priscilla.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. And so did a lot of other psychos, just so you know. Just like Francis, whatever his fucking name is, whatever, a baseball player too.
Oh my
weird
God,
things going on with that. But honestly, of all the things that she would let go and not worry about, but the one thing, if you brought girls back, she was fucking head on a swivel. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, because that will fuck you more than anything. Mm-hmm. Some girl, like, I'm over at their house. Da, da, da. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So
what would possess someone to have an attraction to a underage child?
Like a man and a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, that just,
I don't know.
It's just so weird to me.
I think it's a power thing.
Like the whole Epstein shit.
Yeah, I think it's a power. I don't know, because you can have an 18-year-old girl.
Some kids, they go to jail if they're like 19 and they're dating like a 16 or 17-year-old.
Yeah, and I think that's.
What do you
goofy.
think of that?
Goofy. I remember having.
Like they were in high school together. Maybe one was like a sophomore and
Yeah.
she's like 15, almost 16.
Yeah.
He's 18.
Yeah, but he's in high school with her. Like,
and
that's
then
ridiculous.
Now he's a
opinion.
freshman in college. She's a junior, and it's
No, if you're in college, get away from the high schoolers, man. I remember.
okay. But what if you're a freshman in college and now she's a junior? Like she's 2 years younger than you in high school.
It's like whatever. Like your 2-year gap. There should be like but like if you're in college and you're still dating a high school girl, like get on with yourself. Like get into college.
Is your
vagina
advice
everywhere?
Is your advice to these kids that are going off to college right now and they are in a relationship, and we all know, listen, even in high school, man, it can be a very serious relationship. They're in love. It's their first love. Should they end the relationship before going off to college and going their separate ways?
No, I just don't think you should change colleges to get closer to your girlfriend in high school. That's fucking stupid. You go do your thing. If love wants to work itself out, it will. Mm-hmm. But you go to college, you're in your own world. She goes her own little world. To try to keep that going, it's tough to do. That doesn't mean break up. Mm-hmm. It just means test it out. And don't you change where you want to go to school because you got some fucking broad in high school that we're fun together. No, you're going to have your own different world. If it comes back and it works back out, fine. Mm-hmm. But you're young, man. There's going to be 50,000 girls around you, dude.
Yeah.
You're going to find a billion. Maybe you don't. You still have her. See if it works out. But don't just break up with her because you're going to college. It might work out. But once you get to college and you look around and it's a fashion show.
Oh, my God.
And you go to parties and there's girls everywhere and it's like 3-1. You're not thinking about
what school is that?
Everywhere.
3-1? Not Notre Dame?
Not Notre Dame. Bunch of swinging dicks out there. Although you're going to make a lot of money after you go to Notre Dame. Yeah. But the vagina level ain't as high as a lot of other schools and shit.
Mm-hmm. And you've done that research just to.
That's just what I hear from people. Oh, let me know. I didn't go to college. I was doing shit in juniors.
Where would you go to college if you could choose to go?
Depending on what I want. If I'm a 6'4" with beautiful hair quarterback, I want to go to Alabama
or Texas.
I want to go down to Florida somewhere.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I want to go to Southern California.
Florida, those schools, man, they're not like on the water.
I'm talking about vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hottest chicks ever and who I'm wheeling. I want to go to Florida schools.
But let me tell you this, like University of Florida, and I have a niece that actually goes there and she loves it there and whatever, but very few students there from outside of the state of Florida.
Okay. I'll be the one guy.
And Gainesville is not.
Gainesville?
It's not Miami. It's not Florida
Miami.
Keys.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the women. There's women there.
Yeah.
Hot chicks everywhere.
You're missing out. Like Ole Miss.
I'm missing out on what?
There's a couple big ones.
Okay, Ole Miss. I'd go there too.
Arizona State.
Oh, God, yes. Big time, baby. Big time. Like being that Matt Leinart from where'd he play?
He went to USC. But the problem is, I've been to USC, man, and you're in Los Angeles still. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get around there, dude. There's so much traffic and shit, so much congestion. I don't know if you feel like you're in a college town, you're big man on campus. I get it, but I think Arizona State, man, the girls are just as nice, and you're in a smaller community.
Arizona State's supposed to be dude, one of the best of the best.
We would go down there when I went to Northern Arizona University, Cam. Right, I played.
Oh, you must have wheeled all those fucking chicks, dude. They're like, Andy's coming in town. Andy from Northern Arizona, he's coming today. Oh, hell yeah.
So
is that what they did?
Oh, a good friend of mine from high school. We didn't go to the same high school, but I knew her.
You were friends?
Smoke.
But you were friends with her?
No,
yeah.
We met actually.
You're friends.
High school spring break.
You're friends with her.
No,
we were friends.
No, we were like a summer thing. Well, anyways, the story was when it'd be freezing cold, dude, and tons of snow up where I went to school because we were up in the mountains.
Arizona.
Yeah. Like 7,000 elevation in town. We got over 100 inches in town a winter.
Yank.
It had never got above 80 degrees, Cam.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No one has
Flagstaff? Fuck
No one has air conditioning.
Flagstaff?
Yes. And even in the summer when it's 78, at night it's down in the 40s. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking awesome.
So every time you go out at night, dude, you're wearing a hoodie, you're wearing even in the summertime,
the best, dude. Hoodie at night's the best.
The best.
Tonight's going to be 82
It's
degrees.
Honestly the best. I think it's the best climate of anywhere else in the country.
I like that.
Because you get 4 seasons and you're up in the mountains. But when it gets too cold, there's so much snow there, Cam. This is a ski resort and stuff like that. But there's so much snow. Sometimes you just got to get out of there. So we would go down to Tempe, go down to ASU for the day and hang out.
Oh, somebody just texted me because we talked. I gave you a happy birthday today. Mm-hmm. And I go, how old is he? I go, how old's Andy? No one knows. No one knows when Andy had sex. No one knows when Andy eats. And no one knows how old Andy is. But I just found out.
You don't know.
Yeah, I do.
From who?
Because we dissected it today. You're 47.
No.
You swear to God?
Yeah, that'd be wrong.
Strickland's 47. I know this because we have the same birthday and the same birth year, and it makes me sick. I kid. I don't know who even texted me that. It's from a 314 number. You're 47 years old.
That'd be wrong.
You look young.
That would be wrong.
How old are you?
I would say
You graduated in
in the
'96.
No, a little different. Let's see. You're way too. You're off.
It's what's
on
said on the
everything.
internet.
You're off on everything. On the internet, who wrote it? I didn't write it.
No one's writing about you. So if somebody writes about you, it's probably true. So they're going to tell me your birthday at Parkway South.
I didn't go to Parkway
Central North. Mm-hmm. And they say that you graduated in '96. You're 6 years older than me. You know?
You graduated in '90.
I graduated in '02. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Oh, fuck. How old are you? Give me your driver's license now.
I don't have it on
I'll
me.
get it out of you.
I don't have it on me.
You're not 47?
No.
Even if you're 45, you look young. Mm-hmm. Look really young.
Yeah. You know.
He won't tell anybody either.
You know why?
He won't tell anybody. Like, I'm an 84, man. Everybody knows how old I'm.
Yeah, but like.
Why are you so discreet?
Because in my industry, they just want, they want you to be young. Dude.
They want you to look young.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They want you to look young.
Yeah.
Gives Jamie Rivers a shout out too, by the way. 96.
That's not even right.
Dude, why are you lying to the people, man?
swear,
now you're
Cam,
being a goof. So you're a hypochondriac.
Yeah, but I swear.
You're worried about people thinking that you're too old for your job. You look young as shit.
Okay, but let me say
That's all that matters.
But I'll tell you this. I swear I didn't graduate in 95.
It said 96.
Or 96, whatever it says.
So it was 95.
No.
Why are you lying to the people? People want to know. They like you. They want to know how old you are. I'm 39, by the way.
What are you going to do for your 40th?
Probably go sober.
Really?
Yep.
Like before or after the party?
After. I'm serious.
I may have to put it on. I may have to put the party on.
I'm serious on that, I think.
Okay. Well, you're throwing that out there.
It's a big, no shit. You don't think I've been thinking about it?
I'm saying if you throw that out there.
I know what I'm doing.
Then all of a sudden you're going to turn 40 and everyone's
No.
you said.
And I'm going to be yoink, 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 yoink out here and they're like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
I can still do a yoink with something else.
Maybe you cut back.
I just think.
When's your birthday?
April 15th. I got time.
Not much.
I know.
I mean, we got 8 months.
I know. I think.
Have you talked to Kate about this?
No. I think I need to do it and see how long I can go. And then if I sneak back into things, I just got to watch it, but I need a reset.
Okay, well, that's not the mentality. That's
no,
not
it's exactly what the mentality is, man. I want to go as long as I can. I go as long as I can.
Don't you have to approach it like you're going to just be done?
Yeah, you do.
Not like, well,
it's
I'm
not like you're
just
halfway in, halfway out.
Okay,
no, I know.
That sounded halfway in.
I know. I still got some time to get my mind fucking straight, dude. You asked me, and I'm telling you. Think I'm lying on this fucking podcast?
You would need to go to like the IRC to
I don't know yet.
Or you think you could do it on your own?
I don't know yet. That's a good question. I don't know yet.
And the Illinois Recovery Center is what I'm referring to.
Illinois Recovery Center. I don't know yet, Andy. But I'm turning 40, and to be honest, I don't know if I like where I'm at right now. I'm good in a lot of ways, but I think I need a reset.
Okay. You know, hey, everyone needs a reset at some point.
That's all.
Listen, I'm trying to reset my life too. So everyone's trying to reset.
From what?
Just to like
what? What do you have? What demons do you have, Andy? I'm curious.
Oh, everyone's got demons.
I know what are yours? I'll tell you mine. What are yours?
What are your demons though? Like I mean, outside of like the drug abuse. I mean, that's the no.
Besides an alcoholic and a drug abuse and all that, what are your demons?
Is the demon the drug abuse, or is it something that leads to drug abuse that is the actual demon? You know what I'm saying?
I think a demon's a demon, and demons affect you in different ways, brother. Mm-hmm. I think.
Okay, don't start with the brother.
Sorry, I think having a demon on your shoulder, again, it could be this, it could be that, it could be that, it could be sex, it could be.
What do you mean, sex
porn?
addiction?
Yes, could be porn addiction, could be coke, could be, just could be all kinds of shit. Mm-hmm. You know, it could be all kinds of stuff. It could be negativity. It could be I hate the world. It could be being a victim. It could be feeling sorry for yourself. It could be alcohol. Demons work in mysterious ways, and I got plenty of them. Mm-hmm. I got to check one down.
I think everybody has demons.
I know. They're all different.
And some people like to share their demons.
I do.
And other people don't. And I don't think anybody should feel like they have to be forced to share whatever.
Who's forcing anybody to share anything? I do a 3-hour fucking podcast and a 3-hour radio show. I talk about everything. Why do you think people listen to this shit?
Tried to just get my demons out of me.
What demons you got? I'm curious.
I don't know how to define the actual
Did you eat meat over the weekend? Like Andy, God. What are your demons?
I took my family to a steakhouse, actually, for
I bet.
Our birthday. My birthday.
What are your demons?
Man.
Jealousy?
I'm like way too competitive with certain shit.
No. Jesus.
Like my second and
now
third
his
effort.
demons being so competitive.
Getting in
like
the
best demon ever. My demons are like, Cam, go snort that crack. Andy's like, my demons are being competitive. Like, okay. You got it bad. We're all competitive, man. What are your demons?
You're
doing pretty good, just so you know. If you have to think about it, you're doing pretty good.
No, I mean, it's...
I'm just letting you know.
I think everyone has.
Just remember who we're talking to. You're not just talking to me right now. We're talking to some hardcore sons of bitches everywhere.
Can I say
and
that?
They go through some hardcore shit.
I know. And
they're laughing right now, and it's all good.
Yeah, but
that means you're doing good.
And
that's all.
I hear from all of them, especially in Saskatchewan. I love hearing from the people, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I really do.
So do I.
Including the ones that message you 10 times a day.
Yeah, they do.
Every day.
They message me every single day. I love it, man. It makes me feel good.
Demons, man. Everyone's got demons. You know, it's like I'm thinking to myself, is it trauma? Is it demons? Something in your childhood that stays with you? I mean, it's all related.
You're doing pretty good.
It's all related.
Brody, what are your demons? Exactly. You're doing pretty good.
See,
you're doing good, man.
He gave you that.
No, he's like, I don't know what demons are.
What's the famous face that you see in France? It's called the scared face. You know, like that picture, that silhouette of that person's got like a very circle, like Van Gogh. He gave you the scream facial expression. Hey,
Well,
see, you're trying to
smoke. He doesn't do anything. Like I think his demon would be like, I don't know, his nose runny and shit. That's just like part
his
of your
snuffles,
your sniffles and shit like that, where people think you're.
Hey, let us know your
demons.
demons. Let us know your demons.
Yeah, what's your demons? You know mine.
What is your demon?
I got plenty of them, man.
Well, give me some other ones.
Well, I'm sorry. Should I get more for you?
Well,
I got the worst demons going. Like I'm a fucking straight up addict.
Okay, well,
I have to go sober when I'm 40. Like I'm like counting the days down. Like you better be prepared, Cam. You got to get going because your body's breaking down.
I don't want you to.
My body's breaking down.
I don't want you to like create like a poster on the wall.
I'm not doing that.
That you think you can just go crazy hard now between now and your 40th birthday.
I'm doing the same thing I've been doing, dude. I'm on my bad schedule. I'm not doing anything crazy. Right? I'm not buying a bunch of fucking blow and locking myself in a room for 4 days. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not eating painkillers, but I'm drinking a ton.
Do you think if you went sober, Kate would go sober? Would you want her to?
She would go sober in 2 seconds with me. She would go sober in 2 seconds with me.
Does she only drink because you drink?
Probably. She doesn't drink. She doesn't need a drink. She doesn't think about it like I do.
Mm-hmm.
I get home, I'm fucking drinking right now. Like I think about it, dude. It's in my mind every day.
So your body's breaking down.
My body's breaking down.
In what way?
I can see it in my face. I can see it in my gut. I can see it in my energy level.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that adds into it. Now, I have a lot of help. First Form, things like that, help me out a lot with different things. Oh, here. By the way, First Form.
First Form, I got a handwritten note from First Form.
I didn't get mine
yet.
Nick. From Nick.
And I'll tell you this.
Liver and kidney health.
Yeah.
Detoxification. Healthy immune support. I'm eating these bad boys. I'm starting to get it going. But listen, I could eat all this shit all I want.
But I'm wondering.
I need to fix some things.
because if you eat those,
I
don't like how you say that because it's not. You're not eating those. Like you're just taking them. Whatever.
What, swallowing pills?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Why would you correct me on that?
I'm just saying because it's not.
Because sometimes like
you're not like
Andy.
You're taking what's prescribed.
I feel like Andy sometimes has to try to one up me on things, and he's like grasping for straws to one up me. Like find something.
No. What I'm saying is you're taking what is prescribed. You're not like eating them like you're at Sue's house, you know? Like, this is...
Dude, they don't get me a high The only reason why you would overindulge in stuff if it affects your high.
Mm-hmm.
The more painkillers you eat, the dangerous it is, but the more fucked up you're going to be. The more liver detoxification things I'm going to get doesn't affect you in any way. Like it's going to be harmful.
I bet you it probably wouldn't be good for you to eat half the bottle at once.
It doesn't. When you overexpose yourself with pills, the reason why you do it is because you want to get more high. You want to get high as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You want to feel good for as long as you can.
Hey.
And you don't want to come down.
Do you know?
This has no effect on
You know,
that.
I see demons from certain people, though. I know they have demons.
I'm done talking about
No,
that.
I'm just saying.
I'm getting, it's good that you're like that, but you're getting nowhere with it. Like, there's nothing I can get out of you for people up in the shit kickers that are fucking dealing with this shit. The police, the firemen that are addicted to stuff. They listen to you and they shake their head and they're like, fuck this.
What are the firemen addicted to? You
painkillers, dude, big time.
So they get
and police
because of the way they have to abuse their bodies.
Yes. Yep.
Do you think police should have to be like in shape?
Certain amount. You fucking ain't right.
Like umpires?
Unlike umpires.
Well, umpires, they make them be in shape now too.
Doesn't look like it.
No, I see. I think of demons for some people. In just
it could be
just
jealousy.
Just to relate, I think I see a lot of it.
It could be I can't get my dick hard.
How
it
about
could be anything.
Okay. But like what I'm saying is, I see, just to relate from a hockey standpoint, I think it's you see a lot of people who grow up playing the game, they play at a high level, and then they don't make it, and that transition into life.
Damn right. Okay.
Is
Andy.
Something,
now you're going somewhere.
Is something that they can never ever adjust to. They can never find that happiness because of knowing
they got hurt or something,
or they just never made it, and now they don't have anything to fall back on.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Big time.
And like
it makes you miserable.
And that adjustment into being an everyday citizen.
I can see that.
Of you're not getting attention, or even if you do make it, but then now you're done and you're not getting attention. And you don't know where to turn and what to do.
What am I? Who am I? What am I doing?
Who am I? That's exactly
who am I?
Hockey was my identity.
Now what? What am I? Am I a coach? Can I talk? Can I do this?
Am I still a hockey player?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I think some people can be a little bit unstable.
All y'all out there. Here's the deal. All you guys listen and girls listen, man. Like we all are eating a shit sandwich in our own way. Some guys have it better than others. Some guys think that they have it bad, but if you think that you have it bad, you have it bad. It's all in your mind. A lot of shit is just in your mind. Mm-hmm. You could be the richest guy in the world.
And have problems.
And have mental problems so bad to where you might as well better be off going paycheck to paycheck.
And be happy.
And be happy because your wife's nice and you love watching your kid play soccer. But when you get really, really wealthy, you want everything and you're depressed. And that's happened to everybody, but it could. Like, it doesn't matter where you're at on the wealthy spectrum. It all matters what's going on in your fucking head. You could have a blue collar life with a blue collar everything, paycheck to paycheck, and be happier than a guy that's making a fuck ton of money, dude. It's all what's going on in your head. Mm-hmm. And how you balance that is up for discussion. Like it's tough. It is. Like my demons are different than yours and different than Brody's and this, that, and the other. I live a good life. I'm happy. I got motherfuckers talking to me in my ear every day, and I'm happy. I'm in here. I act like I'm down sometimes because I get mad at you, and we go back. I'm the happiest motherfucker going. Mm-hmm. Like I'm always like in a good mood. Like I really am, and I want to keep that. Mm-hmm. I do, but I just it's still a struggle. Yeah, and I need to fix a couple things, man. It's all good, baby. I just want to be real. I like being real to all you guys. Hey, like, fuck, you guys are grinding it. Like,
a lot of people are happy, but you're saying, like, hey, there's a lot of pressure, too. Like, there's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a
lot of pressure being a man. It's a lot of pressure being a wife. And there's wives listening to us right now that she's like, where's my fucking husband? Like, what's he doing? Like, a wife could, right now, that's listening, could be like, mentally, I'm good. My fucking husband. He's gone every weekend. Now he's in Vegas. Now he's doing this. I want him home. I can't control him. Like, now she's depressed. Maybe you're a guy and like you marry this girl and all of a sudden now she wants to go hang out all the time with her friends. You're like, what's going on here? Now I'm down and out. What's going on? Don't worry about it. Okay. Well, I need to know. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many different elements, man, that could fuck your head up. Again, we're all dealing with different things individually. But my point is everybody's like, we're all in this together. That's why I like talking about me stealing painkillers from my fucking... I could probably go to jail for that. Like, I'm talking about it. I don't give a shit anymore, man. Like, I want people to know, like, we're real. This is what happened. I'm just telling you, man. Like, I'll be honest with all you guys with all this kind of shit.
And anybody who's, like, especially those that are transitioning...
Excuse me?
...into the real world from professional sports.
Yeah.
Did you think I was talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. That's another issue. You know, talking about depression. You know,
oh, man.
Like that kind of shit.
See, I think depression. Do you think everybody deals with depression?
I don't.
No.
I don't. My depression is self-induced.
Well, then you do deal with it.
Not when I'm... My depression comes when I overdo things.
I was a psychology major, or minor,
God,
actually.
what weren't you?
For a minute.
Like, Andy was everything.
I switched it. My wife could be a good psychologist, I'll tell you that.
No, she can do a podcast about it.
I had some other people. Hey, listen, one guy said he would love it if they do a podcast. If they just talk shit about you and I for 30 minutes, that'd be perfect.
They don't even know how to talk shit about us. It wouldn't even be funny.
I think they're in the studio right now
so
practicing.
Funny. Like Andy chirps everybody about, like, oh, I got my own, I'm going to do a podcast. And then he wants his wife to do it. Like, are they going to entertain us? How? What are they going to talk about?
Who's to say they won't?
I am. You're going to entertain people? How? What are you going to say? The kids were fussy when I took them to school.
Fussy.
Then what? Sven didn't get my glutes good enough today. And then what? Went to a restaurant and I didn't feel good afterwards. What are they going to do? Hey, man, do you see that? Man, look this up on all y'all out there when you get home and you're chilling tonight and you got done listening to us. This pops up here and there, and maybe you guys have all seen it, but this woman, she's on a ski slope, and she's filming herself. And she's like, I'm in the middle of the thing, and she puts on Rihanna. She's like singing, I'm going to work.
She's skiing?
She's skiing, and she's jamming out in her headphones. She can't hear anything. She's got a camera facing her, but it's also looking behind her.
Okay, but
listen to me.
Who's filming?
This skier in Colorado or wherever. Mm-hmm. And she's like just filming herself. She's like singing, like, I'm going down the slope, yoink, yoink, yoink. And she's singing work. And she's got this camera looking at her.
Yoink, 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 yoink.
And this monster is chasing her.
A bear?
And she doesn't even
What is it?
know it.
What is it?
A monster.
Grizzly?
Fuck yes.
In Colorado?
It's probably not in Colorado. It's probably Montana. Doesn't matter. And this grizzly chasing like,
let me see it. Let me see it.
And she's just like, I work. Me. And she's going, and this thing's like, and saliva's coming out of its mouth like, I'm going to get you. And she doesn't even
Well, doesn't the guy know who's filming?
She's filming herself, Andy. Stick with the story.
I just asked
Stick
you. I
with
said
the fucking
who's
story.
Holding the camera.
She
you
is.
Said somebody else.
It's locked onto her thing,
Oh.
and she's filming herself skiing or snowboarding, like yeah. And this monster.
Nobody else is skiing.
No one anywhere. And this monster. Look at it, Brody. You looking right now? Oh my God! It's like this, and it's right behind her, and she's just like, yeah. Oh, and it finally stopped. It stopped, and you can see it in the background stopping. She doesn't even know it.
So she survived here.
Yes. You see that mug, Brody? Look at that motherfucker.
Let me see.
Look at that motherfucker.
Usually,
horrific.
Usually, this is something that I would
horrific. Get out of here. Horrific. Man. Scary stuff right there. She got lucky. No. But
you didn't wish me a happy birthday. I don't think.
Yeah, I did.
I don't think you did.
How old are you? I'm not going to do it unless you tell
40.
me. Yeah. What'd you do for your birthday?
I feel great, though.
You see it, Brody? See it. Is that a picture of it? Yeah.
So,
but you see the videos.
Let me see this.
Oh, it's from 2016? Yeah, whatever.
Cam's like, oh, did you see this new video?
Did I say new?
I mean, there's nothing.
Did I say new? Doesn't matter if it's from now and
Everyone
1920.
saw this. Everyone knows about this.
Then you didn't chime in, did you?
It's from. I didn't know it was from 7 years ago.
Well, it just popped up. Fuck. You know? Yeah, dude. Right there, baby.
What are you going to do for your 40th birthday?
Kate's going to do something.
Is she?
I mean, we'll probably...
Do I need to help her plan it?
I don't like to...
You going to make us drive out to your place?
I'll probably have a party bus, if anything, you know, and do it right. What do I want to do?
Party bus.
I don't like anybody else to, like... I know what's fun, okay? I don't need anybody else to, like, plan out something fun for me. I could do it myself.
Cam will go home at 9 o'clock on your birthday.
You want to bet on that?
Oh, that night you'll stay out later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some nights I could stay out till the wee hours of the morning.
Are
just
gifts
so you know.
required, or do you put on
I'll tell you what I want.
Or do you put on the invitation, no gifts, please?
No, I'll tell you what I want. There's only a couple things, man. I'm a simple man. If I want to get down with it that night, we'll get down with it. You know what I mean? It's not every night, but sometimes you want to get down with it. Sometimes I don't want to go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Do you think you'll open it up like lots of people, or have like a smaller group?
See, that's where the bitch of it comes from, man, because I got different friends
From different. Everyone does.
What do?
Everyone has friends from different parts of their life in different sections and whatever.
So, like, it's more like I want Kate to, like, I could chill with anybody. I want Kate to have her friends there, too, you know, so I got to, like, so there might be a couple of cats that I don't really give a fuck about, but their girls are cool, the Kate, so I'm like, okay, you can come kind of thing. But I don't give a fuck. I don't like anybody pre-planning what I want to do, because, again, I kind of know what's fun. And what so I got to figure that out. Do I want to go downtown? No. Do I want to do something that's different and fun? The girls can kind of do their thing, and the dudes can kind of do their thing too. I like to separate that sometimes. I like to hang out with my buddies. I'm sorry. Listen, all y'all out there.
I think you should
listen to me. I love my wife. I do everything with my wife.
Everything, including have her pick him up
every fucking
when he's
day.
at his friend's house at midnight when he can Uber
Doing
7
shrooms.
minutes.
Every day. But when I get in together with our buddies and the girls are involved too, I kind of like to hang out. Like, my buddies aren't the same when they're around their wife. Like, I need them.
Oh, you want to have like a bachelor party?
No. Just like you guys go, like, we're first somewhere. Like, I want to hang with the guys, man. Like, I love Kate. Her friends, are they cool? Yeah, some of them are. But, like, I like to, like, separate it and just hang with the guys. Nothing crazy, not with other girls. No, just like, let's talk about our own thing. Like, just like me and my buddy hung out till fucking wee hours in the morning. Just me and him staring at the stars. Like, that to me was fucking awesome. Just me and him shooting the shit, talking about the old days, man. Talking about when I played and what we were partying all the time. Like, just like having, like, just chilling. Just me and him jamming out.
You want to come over like next weekend?
No.
I'll put a fire. I'll put a fire out in the back.
That doesn't do anything for me.
I'll put a fire out in the back.
Next week at 110 degrees? What the fuck is that all about?
It's going to be cool. Actually, a week from today, it's going to get back down to the 80s.
That's terrible for a fire still. But you get my drift. Like, I want to do something where the girls can hang and the boys can hang, but we're kind of separated somehow. What we're going to do, I don't know. But for all sitting in one group and talk, like, no, like, the boys got to hang, dude. They're hanging out with their wife every fucking night. They're with their kids all the time. Like, I want to.
When you go sober in April, does that mean like no weed, nothing?
No, it's just booze, dude.
Oh, just booze.
Yeah.
So that's not completely sober. That's just
to me. That's
no more drinking.
That's to me sober, dude. I smoke a couple fucking doobies here and there. Who gives a fuck? I want to take a gummy.
What about
It's the alcohol.
What about chew?
Chew's a different. I got things, man.
Is that a demon?
Fucking A. Nicotine? Nicotine, a demon? You fucking A right. I crave that every goddamn day.
Why don't you try, like, you know, it's like hard. A lot of people are chewing now the, like those white pouches.
I know.
You know what those are?
Yeah.
What are those?
I know.
What are those ones?
I don't know.
Oh, you just said you knew. So
yeah, they're little like Zen things.
Yeah. What are
the
those?
guy's like, hey, does this thing.
Everyone's pulling those out.
I know. That guy's kind of cool, man. The golfer kid with the goofy hair, and he talks like he's from Canada. Whatever. They just don't hit me the way Grizzly does, you know. And I used to drink chew Kodiak Wintergreen, which has like fucking extra, you know, what is it, fiberglass in that mug.
I was the auctioneer at this event Saturday.
Yeah.
I could do that for a living too.
Be an auctioneer?
Yeah. Oh my God. I got 5. Give me 550. Who's got 550? I got 5 in the back. 5 in the back. Who's got 550?
6, 6.
No, that's not how it goes. I got
Tell
5.
me how it goes.
I got 5. Who's got 5? Who's got 5? Who's got 5? I got 5. I got 5 on the back. I got 5 on the back. Who's got 5?
Got 550. Got 550 here. 550.
Okay, and then I'm like, I got 6. All right, I got 6 in the back. Thank you very much for 6. Who's got 650? 650 in the back. 650 in the back. 657. Say who's got 7? Who's got 750? Who's got 8? Let's go 9. Let's go 9. Let's go $1,000. Who's got $1,000? Who's got 1,000? Who's got 1,500? I got $8,000 for this Masters package. Masters package. Like if you were doing the auction, Cam, no offense, they probably would have gotten like maybe 4,500.
Well, usually when I do auctions, they auction off something of mine that makes them money.
Oh, well, this was a Masters package, yeah. And Otter was actually up to 7,500, and ended up not winning the battle with this other guy.
Who?
Otter was.
Who's the other guy?
I'll give him a shout out, Phil Blackwood.
Who'd that be?
He was an 88 back in the day. His kid's on Ty's little team.
He outbid.
He's one of Ty's little buddies. Good little player.
Oh, so it was a bid to hang out with Otter or this guy?
No. It was a bid for the Masters package to go down, and one of the kids who plays hockey in the club, his dad is like the personal chef for like Rory McIlroy and all these golfers. So he has like this, goes down to the Masters every year. Like you get all these like perks. You can go to these dinners with these golfers. You get all this parking. You get tent access to go for the par 3 they do on like that Wednesday, I think, before. Apparently going down to the Masters, like the week before is the time to go down there versus the actual tournament.
Yeah.
So it was a huge package. They also had like a helicopter ride with like a police helicopter.
Fuck that.
And there's like a disclaimer on there, like in case shit goes down.
Let's see. There's 2 things Andy brought up. Okay. Go hang out with fucking golfers that don't give a fuck about you, that are boring, and sit in a dinner and listen.
I got 6. Who's got 650? Give me 650. I got 650. Who's got 7? Who's got 7?
Like, no, I love golfers, but like they're probably the most boring athlete going.
No, not true.
Okay. And then like you want to hang out with them, so I got to pay to hang out with a bunch of golfers. I just like that's to me, and I know people are like, Cam, that's awesome to do that. Hey, listen, I get you. I'm speaking for myself. Like, for me to go hang out with a bunch of golfers, I do that every weekend. You know, and I know these guys are pro, but it's you
don't do that every weekend.
I golf every weekend. It's like I don't need to pay to go do that. Like it's just not my jam. That's all. It's just not my jam. No big deal. Actually, I don't give a fuck about any athlete.
Yeah, but it's
the only athlete I would really want to hang out with.
It's Ricky Fowler and those guys.
I don't.
Tony Finau.
I don't give a fuck about them.
Rory McIlroy.
They're not interesting to me.
Spieth. Jordan Spieth.
I like. He's kind of cool. I like that they're good at golf, but they're not interesting to me. You know who I want to hang out with?
You don't even know them. How do you know? You just watch them play golf, and you're like, he's not interesting.
I watch them in interviews and stuff. I'm like, okay. Listen, I evaluate who do I know? Like, I don't know anybody, but if I evaluate what I see when I see them, I would say I don't give a. They
kind of act like hockey players in their interviews.
I'm not hanging out with hockey players either.
A fan of.
Guess who I would hang out with? Who would
I
pay to hang out with? Athlete wise, go ahead. There's only a couple.
NBA players.
Fuck no. There's only a couple.
Why not, dude?
Give a fuck about them either.
NFL players.
Fuck no. Who?
Baseball players.
Fuck no. Who?
Okay, well, let me just get down to the bottom of this.
Who's the one? Maybe a couple guys I'd go fucking hang with and pay money to go party with. Not even pay. I wouldn't pay money for anybody.
Professional athlete?
Yes.
Like, are they making like legit money?
Fuck yeah.
Poker players?
You're so dumb.
I mean, like, I don't
know. Conor McGregor.
Oh, the UFC guys.
Con dog, dude. I'd
go
hang
party
out
with those guys too.
Yeah. You want me to go hang out with Mike Tyson and Conor? Yeah, goddamn right I will. I might even pay a little bit of money for that. But if you want me to pay money and hang out with a bunch of nerdy golfers, no offense. Fuck that. Hockey players, no offense. Love all you guys, but nope. Baseball, nope. Football, nope. NBA, nope. UFC, yeah, I'll do that.
I may hire a UFC guy.
I'll hang out with Tyson Fury too.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn right.
He's got to show out.
He's awesome.
I got to evaluate him.
Nate Diaz, fucking Dana White.
They don't want to hang out with
I'll hang out with Mike Tyson. I'll pick his brain.
Oh, I'd hang out with Tyson.
I'll hang out with Joe Rogan. Love to hang out with him.
Okay.
I'd hang out with Elon Musk.
Logan Paul.
Nope, don't care about him. Don't care about Jake Paul. Here's a couple. There's some musicians.
Those twin brothers who have like the hair going everywhere.
Oh yeah,
and
that made out with each other.
Tattoos.
The Island Boys that made out with each other.
Tattoos on the face.
They made out with each other.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Aren't they twins?
Yes, and they said it's okay because they're twins.
Oh.
They're fucked. So no.
They almost got in a fight with the Logan Paul or the other guy, Jake
I don't
Paul.
care about those guys. But I just named you off. Condog, some of those UFC cats.
I'd hang out with those guys.
Fuck
too,
yeah.
Actually.
I'd even hang out with some of the old school UFC guys, no doubt. I would
musicians.
I like Messi. I think he's awesome. I think Messi is cool.
Dude,
shit.
Messi is making the MLS look like the shittiest soccer
It's the 16th league
in
it's
the world.
16th best
That
league in
this
the world.
guy, who's still obviously very good, but I think most soccer people would say that he's probably past his prime.
No offense, the MLS ain't no
and
good.
people celebrate the MLS in our town and other cities across the country
like it's
the NFL.
oh, dude, well, they pack it in St. Louis.
They
homie.
do. They pack it in
certainly do.
everywhere. I've told you that.
Yeah. No, not everywhere.
Oh, yeah, they do.
In the MLS?
Most cities, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
You think it's just here? Go look at Toronto. Go look at Vancouver. Go look at Seattle. Go look at Portland. Go look at Kansas
All
City.
of them are packed
Go look
every
at
night.
Chicago. 1,000%. Atlanta.
16th best league. It's so goddamn boring. I haven't been to a game yet. But
Well, I was going to go last night. That was the plan, actually. The plan was to go last night. We ended up not being able to go. But, and apparently it was a lot of fun. I saw a ton of people who were there, actually, like people posting shit. And the atmosphere looks unbelievable. It looks like an incredible time. I think the team has marketed themselves so well. It could not have gone any better for the team here locally in the first year. I'll give it to them. But when you bring on this international soccer star who is probably past his prime, and that's why he's coming here at this stage of his career, and he's basically dominating the league like he's playing pickup soccer.
Because he is. He's playing pickup soccer, dude.
He scores every game.
Dude, it's the 16th best league. You know?
But why do people act like it's like...
Because you're in the United States, man.
How could the United States, the biggest country in the world, one of them, close to China and others... You know, Canada's huge, too. You didn't name Canada amongst the biggest countries in the world. Canada is
It's
up there.
gigantic. It's only got 50 million people.
United States, China, there's a number of...
Russia.
Yeah, Russia, massive country.
Ukraine. Saudi Arabia is big.
Ukraine?
Mm-hmm. It's a big country.
Is Ukraine that big?
It's fucking big, man.
Double check that for us.
Yeah,
Because
double check that
I
for us.
got fact checkers who are listening to this right now. So they'll let us know.
You know, and then,
How could the MLS in this country
because all the best
be
athletes,
the 16th
because
best?
all the best
Why wouldn't
athletes
they
play
want to come
other
play
sports.
here? Why wouldn't they come play here?
They will.
Oh, you're saying soccer in the U.S. just because that is
Playing
true.
every other sport.
That is true. Ukraine,
Whatever, Andy. You don't even have to say.
the size of Texas. Oh, well,
It's gigantic, dude. Texas is fucking huge.
yeah, yeah. Russia is the biggest. Ukraine is smaller than Texas, and it's the second biggest country in Europe.
Yeah, and I just said that. You asked me what the big countries were, and I told you. And you act like I'm stupid with shit.
Stupid.
Stupid. He fucking Cam, you're stupid again. But I don't give a fuck. Soccer's so goddamn boring anyway. No offense, though. I love all y'all. I love all y'all out there. But soccer's boring as shit.
You really think so?
God, yeah. I'd rather watch golf than soccer,
are
to be honest with you.
people
I love watching
saying
golf
this?
now.
Are people understanding that Messi is making a mockery out of professional soccer
Yeah, it's
here in the
embarrassing.
States?
Yeah. But he's bringing a lot of attention, so he's bringing revenue in. It's great.
Oh, he's bringing a shit
Yeah,
ton
I
of
like
money
Messi,
in.
man. He's cool. He's classy.
He
Talks
is
to
cool.
everybody. I like him
Yeah,
a lot.
no, he's cool.
I told you, like, you know,
Yeah.
do I want to hang out with Messi? Yeah, probably not. I'd rather hang out with the con dog.
You
on
don't
his
know
yacht.
that. You don't know that.
No, I don't know a lot of things, Andy.
Yeah,
But
but you probably would want to hang out with Messi.
I'd want to hang out with any big dog. But
You're
like,
telling me if Messi texted you right now, or a UFC fighter,
depends on who it is. If Conor McGregor said, "Hey, Cameron, come out, let's go party on my yacht," I'd be like, "Fuck."
that's
yeah.
different.
If Messi's like, "Hey, come over and we'll talk soccer," I'd be like, "Nah." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Would you fly out to Ireland to go hang out with Conor McGregor?
Oh, if he paid for it.
Okay, well, fine. If he paid for it,
Well, you're asking
so
me, I'm
cheap.
telling
You're
you.
so cheap.
Well, I'm not flying out there if no one's paying for it.
If I assume he would be paying for it. Would you fly all the way out?
Yeah.
You would.
To hang out with Connor?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, he's cool, man.
Cameron,
Now-
get off the plane. Connor, where are you? You're not answering my calls.
I know, I'm stuck here now eating cabbage. You know, I love Ireland too. I like Scotland. I like to go back to Nottingham and say hey to all the fans, Kate, and do an autograph signing and stuff like that. They're begging me to go out there. And I'm like, man, we'll set up a trip. Kate and I will set up a trip to go out to England and make our rounds and stop by Nottingham. And
I
go on
skated
ice
the other
and
day
shit.
with a kid in my warm-up for the game against the Warriors. I had to get a good warm-up in.
Yeah.
He's heading back out to England. He scored 30 goals in the league a couple years ago.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, and he's a really good
Who is he?
player. Jack Combs' little brother, Charlie Combs.
Oh, yeah. Redhead.
Great kid.
Good kid.
And one. Cam, what's the greatest invention ever? For me, it's the dots when you're texting and, like, somebody's texting you back because, like, the dots are coming up.
Well,
that's among the greatest
Are we going back in
inventions.
the day?
Well,
the greatest invention.
that you use on your daily basis.
A wheel.
The steering wheel?
A wheel.
Oh, like the wheel on the car? Of course. Oh, the wheel's a great invention, dude. That's been happening for years, though. That was invented. Who invented the wheel? Do you know?
I don't know, actually.
Wow.
I don't know.
You're admitting you don't know.
No, I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know, Andy.
Are you talking about the tire or just the wheel?
The wheel. A tire.
You see
a
that
wheel.
You see that horse and that horse and buggy go crazy.
No.
He's like flipping people off of it. He's all tangled up with his, all the ropes and shit like that. It's like around his neck. Like, how do you get in there and rescue this horse? Because he'll fucking attack you.
What else is a great invention? Well, I would say back in the day, to be able to go sail across the ocean, boats.
Well, they've had those for.
I know, but they had to
hundreds
invent.
of
They had
years.
to invent it sooner or later. Like they had to do that at some point. They didn't just have boats and understand the water and understand how to navigate at night on the ocean. How to navigate when it's cloudy at night, not looking at the stars. Like that was huge for our civilization. What else? Well, light bulb. The combustion engine in the early 1900s would be another one. Now, the cell phone. What we have right now in our hand is probably the most important thing we've ever had in our life, is what's in our hand right now. And the knowledge that we could look up in 2 seconds is in our hand right now. Andy's texting somebody right now, too, because he doesn't know how to,
the
pay
calculator?
attention.
Is that what you said?
You know what pisses me off more than anything?
What'd you say?
You know what makes me mad?
What? Well, no, you know what I'm doing.
No,
It's business.
I know it's business, but fine. But you know what makes me mad? Like if I was single and I was talking to a girl and she was beautiful, a dime piece, and she was gorgeous in every way possible, and she was smart and she was wealthy. And I'm talking to her at a restaurant, and I'm telling a story, and she keeps looking down at her phone. I would get up and I would leave so fucking fast your head will spin.
Me too.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Because
That pisses me off when people do that.
People ask me, when I say this, they're like, who does that to you? I go, who do you think? They go, who? I go, when I bitch about
Kate does that to you?
They go, who? Fuck no. They go, who does this to you? I go, who do you think? They go, Andy. I go, yep. Do you realize how annoying that is?
That is business.
No. You do that to not just me. You do that to people. I notice it. When Andy and I are talking to people, we'll have a conversation, and Andy, literally, in the middle of the conversation, he can't help himself. He'll have to look at his phone and check stuff. Nothing popped up, but he'll look and check out his messages while he's in a conversation with somebody. I notice that. It's such a bad habit. Yeah. You got to fix that.
Yeah, okay.
No. I got bad habits.
That's
what I'm doing right now.
That's my demon. That's a demon.
There it is. Now it's coming out, isn't it, Andy?
That is a demon.
It's not good.
Okay, but I don't.
It's so fucking disrespectful.
But if we're out at a bar or
it's
hanging out,
disrespectful.
It's in my pocket.
It's so bullshit.
But if it's during the week, during the day, and it's business,
it's so no. It's so disrespectful.
Somebody may be saying
so
"Hey,
disrespectful. It's unbelievable."
So and so's signing with the Carolina Hurricanes.
It's so disrespectful. It's unbelievable. If anybody does that to you, man, you got to look at them in a different way. If anybody does that in front of you, when you're having a conversation, and all of a sudden, I could tell when I'm talking to Andy on the phone. Andy will ask me a question, and I'll dig deep into something, talking about my personal life, and I'll talk, and he'll have a pause, and I can hear him clicking, and he's texting somebody about a third-round pick for Arizona, and he completely dismisses me. And I'm like, "What do you think?" Yeah, good. No, you do that, and you don't even look at what you're doing right now. You don't even know you're doing it.
Well, I got business going.
You don't even know you're doing it. This is business. What we're doing right now is business.
Yeah, but this is business.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Because just tell the people.
This one, but you know what I'm talking about.
Tell the people that this
is different. But it's like They look at their phone. You're in the middle of a conversation, and that broad starts looking at her phone. You'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I wouldn't put up with that.
I just leave. I would leave
on a date. Did you fall in love at first sight? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, big time. Especially when I was young. Damn right.
Okay, I'm talking about Kate.
Yeah, I mean,
how many times you been in love, dude?
A lot, and then it fell. Then it stopped. I would, especially when I was young. Any girl, I'd be like, God, I need that. Like, what? Oh my God, like she's great. And I try to go after, but then you get to know her and stuff like that, and I would lose interest. And I'd off to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And I would, man. I never really got heartbroken. Maybe when I was in high school a couple times because I was too cocky and I thought I was too cool. And the girl was like, fuck you. And I'm like, whoa, it was a wake-up call. And actually, my first year in Windsor, I went after a girl, and I was fucking driving my Suburban. I was down there, or whatever it was. Like, I was just cocky. And she kind of turned me down. I'm like, whoa, sit back. Look at yourself in the mirror. Like, what the fuck is that?
You mean rejected?
Yeah, just like, it happened off the bat. I'm like, whoa, like, I'm too much.
Like Matumbo, like you're trying to go down
and
the
he
paint.
Fucking smacks the motherfucker out of me.
Gave you the finger?
Meaning, like, you're the cool cat of the school. You're playing for the
Wave the finger, not the middle finger.
And she turned me. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, wake up call. You better fix something.
You better fix that.
You better
get that chew out of your fucking lip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better brush your teeth, dude.
No, nothing to do with that.
You better put some deodorant on or something.
See, you don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you.
Like, it was more like, you're too fucking cocky. Calm the fuck down.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't that cool, homeboy.
No.
And I'm like, whoa, you're right. Calm down, Cam.
You're like, dude, you're 5'10".
Like, Cam, you're from Eureka.
You're 5'10" from Eureka.
Like, you're not good at chirping. But like, no, it was a wake up call. I'm like, man, it humbled you. And I'm like, damn, I gotta.
And you're sweating.
I'm like, well, I'm just more like, well, what the fuck did I do? Yeah. Like, I'm cool, right? I just fought that guy. No,
you're losing
you're being a fucking cocky prick, Cam. Stop.
Yeah.
Wake up call.
Wake up call.
So, like, but I did after that.
Trying to bring her back to Sue's house. You know,
Sue was so mad at me sometimes. I love you.
Can
so
I
much.
Talk to Sue? Please?
I love you, Sue.
Give me her cell.
Sue and Ricky, I love you guys so much. I'm sorry about stealing your painkillers. I love you guys like I do. I do. You guys are so good to me. I love you to death.
Give me her cell phone.
And Pete Oxanen, all you guys.
Who?
Pete's Sue's brother. So I had the old people. Then I transferred to Sue and Rick Kovalchuk in Windsor. And then when I got traded to Guelph, Sue called her brother Pete Oxanen in Guelph and said, hey, can you take Cam in? And they're like, we've never had a billet before. And I went in with them and
Why did you go to Pete's house?
Because Sue's like, you got to get Cam. He's coming to Guelph. And Pete's like, oh, okay. Like, we've never done this before.
He lived in Guelph.
Yes.
I'm following you now.
And Pete's like, hell yeah, we'll get him.
So you went to Sue's brother's house and he had never been a billet before?
Yes, and they were the best.
So you lived there for like...
And I hung out with their kids.
2 months maybe.
Yeah, 5 months, man. We won the championship
together.
together.
I know. It was that long.
It was long, dude. I got traded right at the deadline. So it was like,
so
I was there for
only
5
a couple
months.
months.
It's like 4 or 5 months. So it was late. Like your Memorial Cup's like a long time.
Right.
And they had two kids, and I was so good to them. I took them everywhere with me. I showed them everything. I would take them everywhere. I would have parties there, and the kids would be there, and everybody would treat them so good. Yeah. It was awesome. So I got to give them a shout out too.
I'll give Pete a shout out.
They saw me do some crazy shit.
You were doing crazy shit at Pete's house too?
Yeah, I mean, nothing bad.
Was Sue like Pete? Just so you know, he's great.
Listen to me.
You know,
no, Sue loves
just
that.
watch your
you
fucking
kidding?
medicine.
No, she's like, get him in. He's gonna hang out with the kids. You're gonna like him a lot, and they did. But that's when I started getting on the internet and meeting girls
at Pete's house.
Yes, that's when I remember.
Weren't they?
I remember going to
history?
Pete. I remember going in your office and getting on your computer, and there was a website you can go to talk with girls. It just started, and that's when I started hanging out with older women and like principals of schools and girls and places, and I'm like, wow. And that's when it all came out, where we started meeting up with girls. Sometimes the girls wouldn't show up. Sometimes they would, and they look exactly the same. Sometimes it would look different. Sometimes it just was so wacky. But they saw some things. I know.
Those lady boys showing up too.
Well, they could be. No, it could be a weirdo fucking 40-year-old man.
Okay, listen.
You know?
We could go on for hours, but we got to get to Adam Henrique.
Go ahead, man. It's all good.
That's a true Windsor legend. I want to hear his Windsor
if
stories.
Andy had a story, though, like he'd be going on with it. I'm talking about literally like when the internet came out, meeting up with different fucking mutant girls.
He probably wheeled back in the day.
Who?
Henrique.
Oh,
Portuguese
handsome
and
ass
Polish.
dude. He's one of my favorite young rookie kids I've ever played with. Right? Like
why? Because he had a level of maturity to him.
Yes, and he was happy, and he did anything, and he's like, hey, like nice and always smiling, and he worked his ass off, and he didn't act cool, he didn't act better than anybody else.
Well, and he was good too.
Yeah, I know, and so he didn't. Yeah, I need to like because sometimes rookies will come in, and they're like, I did it, and all of a sudden they have a little bit of success, and they change their attitude a little bit. Like
Really?
I'm fucking cool. He never did that. I've seen guys do that and get weeded out so fucking
Like
fast.
he's young. He's like, hey, all the media's at my stall after games. Okay.
Or like a young kid will be like, I'm going to go out before you in the warm-ups. You're like, what is this? Get out of here, motherfucker. Yeah. Care if you score 2 games in a row.
You should really just know that, though.
Like, get out of here.
You should know that.
Yeah, but you get –
That's
got
a
cocky.
personality disorder.
Okay, I had one then. Because in juniors, I had to get slowed down by fucking Otter. Like, hey, calm your ass down. You ain't that cool yet.
I should have asked
Like,
him
I'm
for
the
some
big
of those
dick.
stories the other day.
Otter was a big dick, and I thought I was. No, he is. Cam, you're not. Otter's the big dick.
Yeah.
Jason Spezza, Tim Gleason, they're the big dicks. Not you yet. Yeah, you got popularity, fine. They're the big dicks. They just signed for $1 million. What do you got? Nothing. Calm down.
Otter's birthday was on Sunday, too, a day
love
after
him.
mine.
I love him.
And we're probably going to do a joint birthday party next year. Okay.
A doobie birthday party.
You know what I thought that was interesting we talked about? I think kind of early in the interview, relatively early, because he was like a 3rd-round pick, you know? Like, I understand why you went in the 4th round. Like, people are not going to draft, like, a tough guy early. No, like in the 1st or 2nd round. You know what I'm saying? You can get those guys deeper in the round.
Yeah.
Or deeper in the draft, even though you think that there's a chance that they're going to play. You know what I mean? But you don't feel like you have to get them that early. But a guy like Adam Henrique, I mean, he's one of the most underrated players really in the league, in the NHL.
Not contractually, not really.
No, but you're right. I mean, he's made a lot of money,
Yeah.
but no one really talks about him a ton, you know, like.
For the Devils and Anaheim.
But go look at some of the goals he scored.
I know.
Like,
Big-time goals.
super skilled.
Yep.
Highlight reel goals. Like, he's a really, really talented player.
I'll take him in.
And, you know, we kind of, in the way he talks, it's like, yeah, I got another year left on my deal. It's like he's a guy that will be talked about a lot this season, especially as we get closer to the trade deadline.
Yeah, I get
because
that.
Anaheim's not going to be a playoff team most likely.
Yeah.
Unless they surprise a lot of people.
Maybe.
And therefore, he's a guy that you move to get something in return, and he's going to help a team with his playoff experience. He's going to help a team in the postseason. I look forward to watching him play in the postseason.
So do I.
Once again this year. But I've always loved his game. And he's put up a lot of points over the course of his NHL career. He scored a lot of goals. If the draft was pushed back a year or two, you know, he's not going in the 3rd round. It's such a projection to have to draft 17, 18-year-old kids, Cam, and say, this is where this kid's going to be when he's 22, you know?
Yeah.
And so I said, do you think the draft is too early? And I don't want to say he surprised me by his answer, but he surprised me like how much conviction he had in his answer to say, yeah, it is. Because some of these young guys, they all come into the league, they all think they're going to be the 30, 40 goal scorer. And, you know, not everybody knows how to kind of carve out their role on a team to really stick it out in the NHL.
I've never had to play less than 20 minutes a night, and now I do.
Because he said the NHL will spit you out.
Fucking A. Spit you right out.
So maybe they're not quite ready. If you push, and he said it'd be great for junior hockey too. Like, you push it back to 19. Like, what would you think of that, Cam?
I don't give a fuck. No, seriously.
No,
like,
no. I realize that.
No,
but do you think it's too early, though?
No. Just draft him at 18. Fucking 18 years old. You've seen a lot of them.
But you know what that does, though? Because a lot of kids, they feel that rejection when they're not drafted.
Okay.
But then you know what happens? They go to college. And now all of a sudden they're the big dog at 22, 23, 24. Yep. And guess what? Now they got 30 teams after them.
Exactly.
And they get to choose wherever the hell they want to go. And it's negotiated basically in their deal, in their conversation. They get to go straight to the NHL.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. 18's fine.
So it's not bad if you don't get drafted.
Yeah, you're okay.
As long as you continue to get
There's a lot of
better.
guys out there that didn't get drafted, man, that dominated for years. Hall of Famers that didn't get drafted.
Would you rather get drafted in the 7th round or be able to just kind of control where you want to go and be undrafted?
Being drafted is the most beautiful thing in the world.
Okay.
At that
or
age.
just to say you got drafted.
Beautiful. Yeah. I loved it. Everything. My whole family had Devils, everything in our house. We were sticking Devil stickers on our neighbors' cars. We didn't give a fuck. We were Devil through and through. You were
sticking,
babe.
If you ever stuck a bumper sticker on my car.
Oh, I'll put I love Hillary on your car, and you won't take it down.
Because you can't take those off.
No, right? Not Hurricane Hillary. Hillary Clinton. Then I'll put coexist on your car. Then I'll put I'm with Biden. And I'll put.
Why are you getting political? I told you
I didn't mean to.
No, we're not doing that.
I just said I'm putting bumper. I just said I'm putting bumper.
Yeah,
I just said I'm putting.
It upsets
I didn't say anything wrong. I just said I'm going to put bumper stickers on your car.
Only negative.
What's wrong with that? Isn't he great?
Responses we get is when you get political.
I didn't get political. Calm down, all you fucking calm down. We do a 3-hour show. Cares? That bothers you that I'm going to put a Joe Biden sticker on Andy's Volvo? That bothers you guys? Get out of here. Andy gets one text from one of his buddies. He's like, I don't like what Cam does. Fucking people laugh our ass off from here to Timbuktu about shit. Sometimes they don't agree. Sometimes they do. They just want to laugh, man. Who cares? I'm putting a Biden sticker on.
Well, Adam Henrique is coming up on this edition of the Cam Strick podcast. Tobacco farmer.
I want that tobacco and that weed, baby. Hook it up. I told him to. I go, tell your daddy to send me some shit. I'll smoke all of it.
Okay, see, your demons are coming out.
I'm not worried about that demon. I got other ones.
Are you worried about your tobacco demon?
Yeah, the tobacco one in my mouth for sure. The weed, no. You know.
How many other demons do you have?
Like, Andy, we already went through this. How are you going to talk about my demons all fucking day, man? Like, you want me depressed?
Okay, no, you said you don't. You said you don't get depressed.
I don't. I'm a pretty happy guy.
Happy Cam.
I'm a happy guy. If you saw me and you didn't know me, or I didn't know you, I'd talk to you like I knew you for 18 years.
Really?
Yep.
Talk to me like we just met.
What's up? What up, homeboy? What you doing? Hey, cool sandals. Why you have fucking sandals on? Oh, hey, dude. Hey. Clean those fucking toes up, homeboy.
That's what you would say.
What's your name again? Andy? Clean your goddamn toes up, boy.
You would say that.
Hey, Andy, I can push you over right now. You want to race?
Oh, my God.
Hey, do something. Hey, can you lift this up and carry it with those stupid sandals?
You'd be like, wow, hey, sick hands.
Yeah, sick hands.
Nice toe drag.
Sweet shoulder pads.
Did you just go forehand back in?
No, you didn't. Sick shot.
I sent you a video.
Andy sent me a video of this guy in like a beer league, taking slap shots.
Did you see that?
Fuck, I hate this guy.
There was this guy.
Oh, God.
It was like some random video, and it said, tag who this is. And it was a guy who, he could not shoot the puck.
But he's taking...
I don't even know whose
head down.
I don't even know whose account it was. I don't know who I just randomly, late at night, I just put at Cam Jackson, and he sees it, dude.
No, it's a dipshit that takes slap shots and his head's down. Like, I'm going to score a goal, and there's 15 people in front of him. And he takes a shot and hits somebody in the shoulder. And then he gets the puck back and he takes another slap shot and it hits somebody in the shoulder pads again. Everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? There's no lane for you to take a slap shot. Your head was down. You wind up from way back and you fucking rip a puck and you hit a guy in their chest. And they're like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. You're taking a slap shot. Although the slap shot was weak, but you're hitting people in the face. Mm-hmm. You're an idiot. That's Leo, not Carlo. Mm-hmm. Lovely little boy, Leo, because he got pissed with us. Because remember, we create names like Seth and whatnot.
Yeah.
Leo, we said,
was Carlo's son.
I know, but it's not. But right. Leo, in our world, is the fuck boy that takes slap shots in people's faces.
How old were you? Your first bar down goal?
9.
You didn't start playing till you were 10, so
9. Why would I start?
You probably couldn't even lift the puck at 9.
Yeah, that's why I didn't make it anywhere. That's why I went boom, 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 juniors. Because I couldn't do anything.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, juniors. House, Chesterfield, AAA, juniors. Span of 4 or 5 years.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've heard
But Andy doesn't even remember that, though. Like, Andy thinks that I'm like a reporter or something. He thinks I'm a fucking reporter. He thinks I came out of high school, went to college, and then started doing radio. He forgets like that 15, 20-year gap sometimes. It's all good.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, you had.
And he thinks we had the same career as each other. Like he does. But his is better because he's on Bally's.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's like that's how it is. God.
Are you making up things again?
Yeah, kind of.
Tell us about First Form.
I'll tell you this right now. I'm taking those. Here's it right here. Liver detox right here, baby. Liver and kidney health, detoxification support, health immune support. Taking 4 of these sons of bitches a day, baby, right here, right yonder. And then I got, let's see, what else I got in this bad boy? Full mega, baby, heart and brain health. God damn, do I need that? Let's see what else I got here, Brody. I got this First Form 20-gram protein, baby, Cajun style, a little spicy, Brody, a little spicy. Might have a little heartburn on this bad boy, but they're dang good. 20 grams of protein. I love it. Kate made me a smoothie this morning with the red velvet protein, and I crushed that bad boy. There's only a certain amount of food I can consume before you go on radio and stuff or do a podcast, Andy. You know how it goes.
I don't eat till after 12 noon.
You don't eat ever. Yeah. But for me, that just helps. It's perfect. A little bit of fruit in the protein, and then I crush these fucking bars. I take that brain.
I can have black coffee, though, no problem.
Oh, yeah, and here's the First Form energy drink. First Form cherry lime, baby.
I love the cherry lime. That's my favorite one.
0 grams of sugar.
Blue raspberry is pretty damn good, too.
Let's go. Ooh-wee.
And then you can get the bars. You can get anything, man. So Cam's got a full stock bag today. I'm happy to see all of that.
Every fucking day.
Yeah, man. I love that.
I got my First Form short on. I got my First Form pants on.
I had carrot cake for my birthday, by the way. That's my favorite cake.
I like carrot cake. It's good.
I meant to bring you a piece today. I'll bring it.
Man, don't give me cake. Dude, don't bring me cake ever. Because I just...
No, I'll bring it Wednesday.
Because I don't eat cake anymore.
Well, you're going to have some carrot cake. It's birthday cake, dude.
And now it's old. I don't want it.
It's been in the fridge.
I don't care. Just keep it. It's all good. I know what carrot cake tastes like.
You will eat the cake, dude. I'm bringing you some cake. Brody will eat it.
Give it to Brody. Good Lord. Brody eats anything.
I'll bring it Wednesday. Damn good
garbage
shit.
disposal.
Use our link, Cam, right? That's the most important thing for all our listeners, and we got a number of listeners that are doing it. Here's the link. It's firstform.com /Cam Strick. So 1, the letter 1, or the number 1, ST, firstform, PHORM.com /Cam Strick. I was talking about First Form to a bunch of the parents from my daughter's soccer team. Some weren't very familiar with the products. Others obviously were, but there was a couple, a mom and dad. They do a ton of working out and running. I said, "Are you familiar with?" So I brought them some stuff for them to try, and now they're making it. They love it.
Good.
Yeah. So
good, man.
it's all good, man.
It's easy to sell it, man.
Oh yeah, firstform.com /Cam Strick, and they see the results, Cam, when they.
Hell yeah, they do.
Look at me.
When they look at you,
when we're talking, like,
well, you look young.
Be like, I use it too.
You look young. It's not like they're looking at you like, wow, you're working out. Like
I'm not
Nick
just
does.
a client. I'm a customer.
You're a customer, man. No doubt. You look good, dude. You do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
First Form helps me out a lot, man.
Firstform.com /Cam Strick, as a matter of fact. The Illinois Recovery Center, Cam. It's been a big theme here on this edition of the Cam Strick podcast.
April comes around.
Yeah.
They might have to keep it. They might have to keep a bed open for me.
And there always is.
There always is, man. They're going to help you out one way or the other. And if it's not if you know somebody, you do know somebody.
Correct.
You do. Everybody knows somebody.
That's
Everybody knows
a great way
people.
to put it.
It's not if, it's you do. Who is it? You got to help them. Sometimes they need a wake-up call. Sometimes they need to sit them down and be like, hey, let's try this out. Let's refresh. Let's regroup.
Yes.
Then once they go there and they become normal again, which is not easy. I don't give a fuck where you're at. I don't give a fuck if you spend 50 fucking grand and go to Hollywood and stay in that nice. It's going to be a grind one way or the other. You have to do it for yourself more than anything. My kids, my wife. No, it's for yourself. That's it. You have to have that mindset. These guys, Eric Conley and Chrissy Pondoff, will help you. They've been through hell and back. They know exactly what the fuck you need to do.
And we can connect you now to Chrissy or Eric if you want to talk with them directly.
And then once you're done, you want to get on the workout program, you go right in the First Form, baby. You keep that mindset. You got your endorphins going.
Oh, yeah.
You're ready to rock.
Oh, yeah.
Once you get out of this this hellhole of whatever you're on, demon pills, alcohol, heroin, meth, I don't give a cocaine. I don't give a fuck what it is. You're in hell. But once you start creeping out of that, your body's like, wait a minute. wait a minute. I got energy now. What am I doing? Let's go. I want to be healthy. Yeah. Wow, I'm eating healthy. Wow, my body's healthy. My brain's going. Wow, I want to keep this going. All right, first form, let's go.
There is a better life.
God, wow, I'm normal.
Yeah.
Wow, I have a boner. Wait a minute. I'm beating off. Wait, no. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm beating off 3 times a day. What's going on here? Wait, I'm horny again? When you're fucked up on pills and booze and all that shit, you don't have that killer, and you're not horny. Okay. You're like a fucking.
But like what can correct that?
A lot of things.
Protein.
Oh God, yes. So that's what I mean. Being healthy, protect. Yeah. Listen, you're not horny if you're unhealthy, dude. And when you're horny, you're confident.
Well, that's
it's nice, man. Like, I went through phases where God, I didn't bang.
Can Kate. I just say,
I didn't bang Kate for.
Okay.
Jesus, I'm trying to help people. Yeah, you don't think these people know?
Okay, well, go ahead. Finish that story.
I didn't bang Kate
for how long?
Months and months and months.
How long ago?
Oh, now she's getting smashed out every.
Oh my
night.
God!
I'm a fucking psycho. But back in the day, man, and she was like, "What is going on here?" No, you guys are these guys laugh at me. All y'all out there, like they're fucking.
You just said you're smashing your wife every night, so that's what he's.
These guys are laughing, but it's like no, like I couldn't even get my dingling hard for months and months and months. Fucking embarrassing, dude. You're not a man. You're not a man.
No, this is real life stuff.
Sorry about that. You want to talk about your real life part of this, or no? Okay. You want to talk about anything?
Well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
I'm just asking. Like, you guys are laughing at me for not getting horny.
You just said, I said, how long ago was this? He laughed when you said you're smashing your wife out every night. And you want people to, like, not...
I'm just saying.
Be allowed to laugh? Yeah, while you're laughing. Oh, yeah.
No, but I did. There was a long time, man. It's not even funny because, like, she's like, what the fuck
Can I say this, though? Because I want to contradict or correct or at least allow people to understand something you said.
What?
That the Illinois Recovery Center's mission is to, obviously to be the receiving hand when you're seeking help. But it's a comprehensive system, Cam, that takes care of the individual, but also the entire family. Because I know you said it's not about everyone else, it's about you, but they will take care of the family too.
Well, yeah, you affect your family.
Yeah, okay. I just want to throw that out there. The phone number...
You being an addict directly affects your family.
Yeah, the phone number to call is 888-743-0971, Cam.
Oh, yeah.
888-743-0971. Someone's standing by right now to answer your phone call. You can email them as well. Info at...
It's easy.
Okay, I got to read the email.
My bad, homie.
Yeah, it's because it's easy is not in the email address. They're going to think that. Okay, yeah, and like info at easy. No, that's not what it is.
Go ahead.
Info at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Yeah. It's easy to do. That's all I'm saying. Okay. It's easy to set up.
Info at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Again, the phone number 888-743-0971, Cam.
Hell yeah.
888-743-0971, Cam.
Damn right, baby. Call them up.
Illinois Recovery Center. Chrissy, Eric, thank you so much. Do not call and talk to Seth or ask for Seth no matter what you do when you're calling up to the skate shop. Although, if you want to make sure, if you're going to take your skates up there, if you're in dire need to get your skates sharpened and you want to make sure you go there when Seth isn't there, and maybe you can call, but Seth is someone to stay away from. There's no doubt about it. Get a Sparks machine. The number one skate sharpener on the market today is Sparks, man. Almost every NHL team is using it. It is the highest performance-based at-home skate sharpener on the market today. And they have been unbelievable, Cam, just in terms of how it can improve your overall skating, what it does for you, the convenience aspect of it. Having a skate sharpener at home, Cam, think about when you were a youth hockey player.
Oh,
and you had your own skate sharpener.
It's a nightmare, man, trying to get those damn skates sharpened. And if your skates aren't sharpened, you try to play in a tournament, dude, you're busting your ass left and right, dude. You look like a jackass. Your stock level goes down so fast if you want your skates sharpened, man. And that was hard on my skates, too, because I was kind of a bigger kid. So, like, digging into the ice, and I'd slip up, fall into the boards. Like, fuck
really?
That. Oh,
yeah,
God.
That's embarrassing.
Hey,
it's not just about not having your skate sharpened, but also having your skate sharpened by someone who doesn't know what they're doing. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You go to these skate sharpening places, man, we joke around about it, but it's so true. You get people there who just don't even know what they're doing.
No, they don't.
And then you're falling because not because you don't have your skate sharpened, but because you had your skate sharpened by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, it's easy.
Avoid that at all costs. Get a skate sharpener from Sparks, SPARX. Again, the promo code Cam is Cam Strick.
Easy.
You'll save more money on Black Friday than you would on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. They have major sales going on all the time. But use that promo code Cam.
Andy shops on Black Friday, by the way.
No, I don't.
Andy's at the Walmart pushing people out of the way.
Not true.
Getting pushed out of the way.
Why would you say that? It's not
to
even
get that.
You've got no proof of that.
To get that microwave for $30 off. Andy's there like just pushing people.
I gotta have it.
I gotta have it. I need to save money. Hey, look, I get that. I don't understand like waiting in line to get like.
Okay, nobody does. Don't go off on a tangent.
Well, you're the one that brought that up. Okay. Stop bringing that up. It's so dumb.
It's the truth.
Black Friday, Cyber. Who cares?
Best,
like you're just gonna get a good deal on it. Just say
that. It's the best sale you're gonna get.
Just say you're gonna get a good deal.
No, because you're gonna save more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Dumb.
When they have their biggest sales.
Yeah.
The biggest sales for Sparks are Black Friday and Cyber Monday. This will save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Okay, I get it.
The promo code is Cam Strick. Can you tell them what the promo code is?
Cam Strick.
Thank you. You want to save money on a vehicle, Cam? Where do you go?
Bellman in Troy, Missouri.
Say what's up to Danny boy.
Danny boy, what's up, homeboy? I got that Gladiator, you know, homie. And like, if I do hit a deer when I drive into work every morning at 5 o'clock, I'm fucking murdering that thing with that Gladiator. It's gonna run it right over, like bam, bam. And then if I need to swerve off and go off road and with that motherfucker, well, bam. It's called the Jeep Gladiator. It's shit kicking. I got those 37-inch tires on a bad boy. It looks bad. It looks like a Hummer. And it's relatively cheap, and it only costs like $60 to fill up. Like, it runs pretty damn smooth. Like, I love that fucking thing. A Jeep Gladiator.
Yeah,
with
drives like a car.
No, it drives like a truck.
I'm trying to say like it's smooth though. You just said it's smooth.
I don't lie to people.
You just said it's smooth.
Relatively smooth for how big the tires are.
Okay.
It's a gigantic truck.
Those tires are bigger than you probably need.
I love it. I'm riding this bad boy on the highway and I'm fine, dude. It's called the Jeep Gladiator. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, we know what that is. Everyone knows the Jeep.
Well, what do you like? The Volvo?
No,
they don't have those.
I like
the
GMC Yukon personally.
It's like his neighbors. Whatever his neighbors are driving, Andy likes. Like, figure something out for yourself. You know what I mean? He gets a Golden Doodle. Neighbor has it. He gets the Yukon. Neighbor has it. Everything your neighbor does, you do. Do some on your own.
I don't see too many Yukons in my neighborhood.
What?
Some of them, yeah. I mean, I see a lot of Yukons, I guess.
Are they Escalades instead, Andy?
It's a lot of different things.
Okay.
Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Say hi to Danny Boy, like you said, and Kenny, too.
What up, homies?
Dale?
Dale. What you doing, Dale? God dang. Tell your brother, Dale, I said, hey.
Hey, at Bellman, you get no what?
Swinging dicks, man. None of that bullshit. Nope.
A great pre-owned selection, too. So if you're not in the market for a new car, they got great pre-owned selection.
Credit score.
Credit score doesn't match.
Man, everybody gets fucked.
You're getting certified, man.
Dude, just sometimes like you're making good money and forget to pay your fucking credit card bill, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm out of town for a week. Right. Like shit.
You know what I do now? I have everything set up like automated.
Yeah, so do I. It's pretty easy to do, but some people can't.
I know.
They get jammed up, dude.
I know.
They get jammed up, man.
I know.
You know.
Automated.
I know, but sometimes you get jammed up.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But that's a way to not get jammed
and he's
up.
not used to hanging out with people that get jammed up.
That's not true.
Actually, in fact, he doesn't like to hang out with people that get jammed up.
Oh, that's so false. Our friends over there at Tesson Roofing, Cam. TessonRoofing.com. Brett Tesson.
My man.
Making temperatures in your house cooler and cooler.
God. Oh,
by the day.
So
hey, listen, if there ever was a time
hot.
to need Tesson Roofing.
Oh, fuck, dudes. It's so hot here. 106 degrees. Humid as shit. You have to shut down your whole house. You need everything you can to help save you money on your AC. Clean out your AC units. Talk to Brett Tesson. Get all this shit sealed up so your house gets cooler and cooler and cooler. I'm telling you, you got to get this done. It saves you money in the end. I'm telling you.
It's called the Nano Shield Cool Roof. So that's what you have to ask about. Nano Shield Cool Roof, man. It'll save you a ton of money. It can lower the temperature in the top floor of your home or office building, place of business.
Yeah, dude.
By like
Walk
30
upstairs.
to 40 degrees.
Sometimes, like in my house, sometimes Kate sleeps upstairs. You walk upstairs, it's fucking scorching.
Hot.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah, because you don't have the Nano Cool Shield.
Why do you think your upstairs is hotter than your downstairs?
Well, probably because you don't have the Nano Shield Cool Roof coat, Cam.
Why do you think?
Because you're closer to the sun. Heat rises. Fuck. Brody. He's an educator. This guy's like a teacher. But I'm saying the same thing.
No, you're not. You said you're closer to the sun. Heat rises just like a fire.
I know that, though.
Yeah, but you didn't say it.
But
why is your basement colder? Get out of here.
Basement's freezing right now, by the way.
It's a cave.
Is your basement cold right now?
Fucking A.
I wanted to sleep in there last night.
Heat rises.
What's Boo Boo up to?
Oh, she's getting old, Andy. I don't like it.
Okay, well, I don't want to talk. I don't mean to. I'm sorry. Nano Shield Cool Roof, man.
Fuck. She's going to fuck me up.
Nanotech.
Oh, God, Boo Boo, please. Stay a little longer, please. Oh, fuck. Now you got me, man.
Do you know extreme weather events are impacting populations today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
688 lives lost to extreme weather in the U.S. in 2021. You talk about the elderly and all that?
Yeah, man.
That's not even including the pets.
Oh, fuck, I know. It's brutal.
$145 billion financial impact of extreme weather. That's in 2021, so that's not even including what's going on in, like, Maui and other places right now. Yeah. So that was $145 billion.
Everybody's like, climate change in Maui. Climate change is doing. No, you didn't have any water ready to put these fucking fires.
Guess how many independent forest fires there were back in 2020?
A ton, probably.
You know, there's a lot of forest fires right now up in British Columbia.
Oh, big time. Canada's burning down, dude. And they're actually all over the world right now.
7,335.
In Africa, in Australia, in China, in Europe.
Cam's an expert on Africa all of a sudden in this edition of the Cam Strick podcast.
You're not an expert on anything.
He knows everything.
No, you know nothing. And I correct you. I know a slight percentage of stuff.
How many acres? How many acres burned in California in 2020?
Millions.
How about billion?
Maybe a billion acres.
Or maybe it is million.
Yeah,
1,666,286.
Yeah, not even close to a billion.
1,666,286 acres burned in California.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Get the nanotech.
And you know what? Sometimes whenever you burn forest fires, they grow back lush, you know?
Nanotech is the next generation materials for carbon reduction, fireproofing, and insulation. It's fireproofing. So ask about it. Check them out. TesonRoofing.com, baby. Cam acts like he's he's hanging out with the cobalt.
That's where I grew up.
The cobalt dwellers in Africa.
No, I'm not doing that. Those are children. I don't hang out with children.
No, there's adults that do it too.
No, it's all children.
You know that?
Yeah, look at the videos, dude. It's all kids.
Cam's watching the Sarah McLachlan.
Or no offense, like
Sarah McLachlan commercials at 3 in the morning.
If they are adults, they're like forced to do it.
He thinks that's what everybody looks like there. That's what it is.
Like what? Sarah McLachlan.
I saw the saw the dog videos.
Good one. What are you trying to make an analogy? Like what are you talking about?
It's not dogs, dude. They're people.
They're people.
Yeah.
Like you're comparing them to dogs.
No, you're saying.
But yet you're on your phone every fucking day, not even thinking about that little 7-year-old that fucking dug out that cobalt.
Well, you're not thinking about it with your Nikes.
Think about it every day. I just brought it up.
You're wearing.
Yeah, I know. I wear Nikes.
Who made those?
Same damn thing.
Nope.
Same.
Nope.
It's China.
Thank you. It's not Africa.
It's the same kind of slavery. It's the same thing.
So that's what you're referring to as the slavery.
Fucking A.
I don't know. LeBron had something about that.
Oh yeah, he knows. Is he reading Malcolm X again? LeBron James is reading Malcolm X, and the book is upside down.
The Dodgers fan.
The book is upside down, and they ask him.
No, he was not.
It was, and they ask him about how the book is. He's like, I like everything about it.
I know.
I like everything about it. Oh, everything.
Like he'll name like a rapper. And they'll be like, "What's your favorite song?" He'll be like, "Oh
everything.
Man, all of them."
Oh no, it was. I was watching Channel 2 here before the radio show, and I'm sitting there, and a bunch of nerdy dudes on there, which we love, and this African American chick's on there, and she's like, "Hey, this is the day that rap was born, and blah, blah, 30 years ago, blah blah blah."
Kool in the Gang?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
and so it was like hip hop birthday or anniversary or whatever.
Cool.
And she's like, "Hey, John, what's your favorite hip hop song there?" And he's like, They're all good. Well, no, what's your favorite? I like them all. Like, yeah, sure you do.
Scared of hip hop, probably.
He has no fucking clue. But who cares? What do you don't need to force people to like hip hop. I don't even like hip hop that much. I like some shit. I like Snoop. I like Bone Thugs. I like fucking I like Kendrick Lamar. It's kind of cool. I like TIP, baby. What's up? Shoulder lean.
I like casual. I like Del the Funky Homo Sapiens. I like Too Short. I like
Too Short, baby. What's up? That's 90s.
I know. I like DJ Quick. I like Eazy-E. I like NWA.
Eazy-E died AIDS, didn't he?
He did.
Is he a homosexual? Not that matters.
Don't think so. But I don't know. I don't know that answer. I know that rumor's been out there years ago. I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I mean,
big deal.
It wasn't in the documentary.
Okay. That must not be true. It's all good. I'm just asking. Not that
but
matters.
LeBron's a Dodgers fan, though, too. I saw.
Oh, fuck. He's a fan of everything.
I think he's one of the owners.
Oh, he knows.
I know he's a Red Sox owner.
He'll let you know.
No,
Ask about Malcolm X.
He's an owner of the Red Sox, but he's a Dodgers fan.
Ask about Malcolm X. He'll tell you. He'll break it down for you.
I actually feel bad because
he's reading it in his locker.
Didn't Bronny get like?
Yes, he had a cardiac arrest. I think he's okay though.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's okay.
On the basketball floor.
Look, we chirp, but when that happens, you're like, "Fuck me," you know. Look, we chirp LeBron.
Yes.
LeBron's a fucking idiot sometimes with his tweets and shit. And I know he's a billionaire and he's better than me at everything. Fine. But when he called out that fucking cop and said, "Get this guy next," after he saved a black girl from getting stabbed, oh my God, like, go fuck yourself.
All right, we got to get to Adam Henrique. Okay, Adam Henrique, a true Windsor legend, 2-time Memorial Cup champion, baby, with the Windsor Spitfires.
Yeah, great guy. One of my favorites.
Great hair, too.
Handsome bugger. We love him.
To Adam Henrique on the Cam Strick Podcast. The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by First Form. Use our link, firstform.com/CamandStrick.
They are the real deal.
Get your protein, get your bars, get your apparel, get everything you need from the one and only First Form.
Yeah.
Firstform.com/CamandStrick. Now to the interview.
Hello.
Henry.
How are you guys?
What up, homeboy?
Hey,
just chilling.
Listen, it's nice to finally have a Windsor legend on the
Shut up, Andy.
on the show. You know, Jesus.
I'll take that.
Hey, where are you at right now?
Just in Toronto.
Are you in Toronto?
We spend our summers here right now for the last few years. So always come back here for a few months before heading back.
Are you on the tobacco farm right now?
Oh, Henny, I want some.
Not right now. But my parents are still there. I'm actually heading there tomorrow for the weekend.
So what is okay? So you grew up on a tobacco farm. Like, what is like?
Yep.
That must be pretty hardcore, man. A farmer and you know, being a farmer in itself is very, very difficult to do. Like, give me your like day-to-day shit that you and your daddy had to do.
Well, I was not employee number one. I'll put it that way. My older brother was my dad's favorite employee, but I'd always sleep in and be late and all that. But once we got going, we basically were out and we'd either prime the tobacco, pick the tobacco, which is no fun, and we'd be in the kiln yard and have to basically put it in the bins, transfer it from the baggies where the guys pick it and put it in the bins and then put it in the kilns to dry. So it's no fun. It's hard work. And, but that's what we grew up doing every summer. So, finally at some point when my hockey kind of took over, I managed to sneak out of there a little bit, which was good, but
get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, certainly a lot of hard work.
You're like, I'm not doing this.
I ain't doing this shit.
I'm gonna go play hockey.
It was like I would sleep in, be late. My brother would get mad at me. Dad would probably be mad at me, and then but it's a grind. It's hard work, but it's being on the farm was a lot of fun growing up.
Okay, so what does it look like? Like how do you grow tobacco? Like it's a tobacco field, right? Like I always hear about tobacco being grown in some of like the southern states in the U.S. where it's like super hot, specific type of climate. But when you're picking it, like what does it look like? Does it look like the tobacco you'd find like
in my Kodiak fucking tin I have here?
Like in a cigarette or what?
No, not quite. I mean, that's the end product. Like we would start it in the greenhouse and little trays would hold like, over 100 tiny little plants from a seed. And then once it'd probably be like 3-4 inches tall. That's when you end up planting it in the field. And then the plant itself grows to be, 5-6 feet tall, and just grows giant green leaves on it. And then once they start to yellow a bit, that's when you start picking them. So then you dry them out, and then once you dry them, we used to have to sort them from different colors like yellow, red, and do that in smaller bales. Now it's all just one. They just all throw it in there, and it's like one giant bale, and then we move it. So we know some people around the area, they'd roll their own cigarettes from what they would dry, but that in the end, that's probably healthier than when you ship it out and they come back as cigarettes. But
oh hell yeah.
So that's what we grew up doing, and there's still a lot of tobacco in the area.
Hey, so like when you were young, couple things. When you were young, did you go out in that plant and like, let me try some of this shit, and you roll it up and fucking smoke it, or put it on your tree?
Were your friends like, hey, can you hook me up with like a little bit of
this
tobacco?
shit's getting expensive at the fucking grocery store with this shit, especially in Canada.
Yeah, couple guys when we got older were like, so do you just have your own chew and your own like cigarettes? And like, no, it doesn't work that way. But because there'd just be tar on those things, like your hands would be black after working with them and all that. But it's not until you dry it out, and then you got to ship it out. And then, I mean, the chew, you can't really, we never gandered into that.
Hey, did you ever say, okay, Dad, tobacco's fine, but now you got to start growing some fucking weed, some marijuana?
Well, you know what? They tried it actually fairly recently with everything going on. And he tried the outdoor plants. And kind of just experimenting in case, you're able to get a license and all that stuff and whatever with all the government, like, I don't know, all the red tape, but, so they did give it a go and try, and they grew quite a few plants. And so I don't know how it all quite turned out, but, it's all gone at this point. So
he smoked it all.
All of a sudden, all of your friends in high school are like, wow, your dad has the coolest job.
Let's go to your parents' house.
People kept, a lot more friends then. People kept coming by.
Hey, who are you selling it to though? Before we move on from the tobacco, like who's buying it? Like, are big like companies like buying the tobacco from you? Is it like a mass production or what?
Yeah, so it used to all go. I think it all used to go to the States or even maybe to China. I'm not 100% sure, but it was all just big, like, they're down in the warehouse or wherever they do it, and then I guess like your samples come across and sells for whatever price, and then they're gone on a transport truck, and that's it. So,
yeah, man. Yeah, well, it's going to China. I'll tell you that right now. They're grabbing everything.
Yeah.
So, like, were you? Like, are you blue collar? Like, did they make a lot of money through that? Or was it just like, fuck, every month it's like a struggle? No,
I think when we were younger, like, it was much better. Like, farming in itself, I think it's a tough go. And especially, it's a lot worse now than it used to be. I think there was more money in it, and especially tobacco. But I mean, you've seen how everything has changed and with the government,
like what though? Like
legally,
like what?
Like, I think just the rules and like how bad it is for you and all those sorts of things. Them shutting it down, and so then at some point, I'm sure if you actually looked into like the numbers, it takes a turn and starts going the other way. So like we're like a mid-sized farm, I guess you would say. Like, there's probably about 160, 180 acres, which sounds like a lot to farm, but to find something to farm with that amount of land and to like make good money, it's hard to do now. Everything costs a lot of money to start, and then it takes years to turn it over and bring in the money. So farming, it's tough to do. Like, farmers are constantly looking for more land, rent out more land, and just growing kind of whatever. So it's tough to kind of see the next, like, where to take it, really.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. Like, anyone who has like a small business, I mean, everyone's getting taken over by bigger companies that are coming in and doing whatever. Hey, they're still buying your product in France, just so you know, and Quebec.
Oh, I mean, yeah. No, they smoke darts in Canada.
Oh, yeah, they're keeping you in business up there. Hey, your dad's Portuguese though, right? I mean, and your mom's Polish, if I'm getting that information correct. So are you like correct. Speaking like multiple languages? Like, what are they speaking in the Henrique household?
No, I'm speaking just strictly English, and that's about it. But mom does speak some Polish, and dad does speak some Portuguese. So, but they were never passed on to us. So we never, learned the other languages.
You ever go to Portugal?
When I was younger, actually, yeah, and I was like 5 or 6. I fell out of the bed, sliced my nose open. I got a big scar on my nose from it.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's kind of the memory. That's the memories of that trip.
Yeah, I got some scars on my face.
Yeah,
as well.
Andy's been through some tough times, of course.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's awesome though. So how'd you get into the hockey? Like, was your dad like into hockey? Like, is he the one that kind of introduced you to it?
Well, honestly, I think it was a bit of both, like mom and dad. I think mom played a little bit of hockey when she was young, nothing, serious. But then, honestly, I think just friends are there. Like, we're from a small town, so it's like, you go to the local rink and you're on the blue team and you're on the red team, and then you just go play or whatever. But friends of theirs at the time, and I was actually too young. They had AAA in Brantford, which was the nearest bigger town, bigger city, I guess, at the time. And they're like, oh yeah, just bring them out and like for a tryout. I ended up making the team and had to play a year up, which they probably fudged the numbers on the sheet. And then I actually just ended up playing there until going to the OHL. So, just kind of randomly got into it there, which was great. And then played up with the older guys for a handful of years, and then stayed back with my age at some point and played there till 14, 15, whenever the draft year was.
Yeah, and you went second round.
And then you go, and then New Jersey, though, man, they got you in the third round. I mean, that is such a steal. It's almost like the NHL draft is too early. Having it at 18 years of age allows teams like New Jersey to grab you in the third round, because you wait another year, man, you get another year of junior under your belt, you're putting up numbers, you're going in the first round,
Yeah, it's interesting now. I think if they pushed a year, I don't think it hurts anybody really.
Mm-hmm.
At that age, like you see, obviously there's a couple of kids that come in, then everybody talks about them, how good they are and whatever. But it would just make the hockey better at the junior level for another year and push it all down. And I don't think that's hurting anybody's development. But yeah, for me, like going into the draft year, like I had a bad start to that year. And then had a really good second half, and I can't remember the playoffs that year or not, but and then got taken in the third round. So I was, I don't know, whatever the ranked from second round to fourth round or whatever. And then, but I just think my game fell into what Lou loved, and the 200-foot game and all that, and kind of a safer player that way, and ended up there, and it ended up working out for me.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so you're from a small town. Have you, before you got drafted by Windsor, have you been to Windsor before? Did you know about the city?
No.
Okay.
To be honest with you, the year leading into the draft year, I didn't even know where hockey goes after that. I was like, we just play with our buddies that we've been playing with forever, and then I don't know, and then it's like, okay, well, no, there's this whole other, you got to go play here and there and try to get drafted, all this. But that was when all the hazing stuff went down the year before. So I'm pretty sure my parents, they're getting the lay of the land, and there's people calling the house and wanting to be like an agent. My parents are like, well, what the hell is an agent? What, we don't know any of this stuff. We're small town people, we're farmers. So go through the whole thing. And then they're like, well, we really just probably don't want to go to Windsor because of all the stuff that went on there. But Bob Bubner, DJ Smith, Warren Reichel, Pete Dobrich, all those guys at the time bought the team before and took over before that OHL draft. So they came to the house. I remember, Warren comes flying in the door, eats everything that's on the table. My mom's trying to lay out a nice spread and have a meeting, and he just eats everything, and he's in and out of there within an hour. It's just a whirlwind. But
Warren Reichel.
Warren Reichel, yeah, just came in there, drove down to the farm. Yeah, oh yeah. So, I ended up getting picked there in the second round, and we were terrible that first year, but we knew that was their whole part of their vision and where things were going to go, and honestly, couldn't have asked to be picked into a better organization, a better team at the time.
Hey, listen, wasn't Joe Thornton's brother, John, wasn't he your agent, initially, or is he still your agent today?
Yeah, he's still my agent today, yeah.
Johnny boy, man.
He's doing pretty good.
I've had more conversations with Johnny over the year. When he gets off the slope, man, this guy is skiing for a living and then also negotiating your deals, which he's done a good job with, by the way.
Damn good job.
So how'd you get hooked up with him?
So I honestly just called the house, and my mom was like, I think we were in the like playoff, AAA playoffs, whatever at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he said he was going to come watch a game and he's going to meet my mom and all this stuff. And then we ended up losing. So I didn't end up meeting him that night because he just, I was pissed off and whatever. So he took off. And so they're explaining it to me after or the next day. And my mom's like, yeah, well, this guy called the house and says something about being your agent. And his name's like John Thornton. And I'm like, oh, like, well, is he Joe's brother? And she's like, well, I don't know. Like, and I'm like, well, did you meet him at the game? And she's like, yeah, he's pretty tall. I'm like, well, does he look like him? Like he's, and she's like, well, I don't know. Like, and so then the next day we drove down to Toronto and to have a meeting with him. And first thing, the elevator doors open. He's like 6'6".
Oh yeah.
Big beard. Like he looks like he's like Joe's twin. And I'm like, Mom, how, like, this is Joe's brother. Like, how do you know this? So we go into like an office room, and he's got like the whole career planned out from like that point on to like the NHL and everything in between. So that was pretty cool. But he's been awesome to me, and he's always taken care of me and our family and everything. And still catch up with him every once in a while. Now he's just he's a mountain guy. He's got the big beard. He's skiing, like you said. He's just enjoying life. So
riding his bike.
He's doing his thing, man.
He's loving it, man.
A lot of thanks to you on that too. Hey, so okay, you're a young kid. You're from a small town. You're a farmer, but you got great hair and you're very handsome. And you get drafted by Windsor,
Portuguese and Polish.
And he's fucking.
No.
I know. Then you go to Windsor, dude, and like. You've never really had attention before. And, of course, like, that town, man, like, everybody knows who you are. Like, what was that experience like, rolling around, having good games there, going out afterwards? People are all over you. Like, wasn't that crazy?
It was nuts. Like, and we were, like, young at the time, but you have no clue. Like, you're just there playing hockey and trying to like figure out your way in this league. All of a sudden you're playing with like men, and you're like, Jesus, these guys are like, this is another level of hockey, and it takes that time to kind of catch up to the speed of the game, how the guys think. And then, once you kind of work your way through that, and then for me, I had to work my way through like learning the off ice stuff too, like working out hard and doing all those things. And those guys were big for me. They're teaching me that and kind of falling in love with the work away from the rink, and then being able to put that on the ice. So that was kind of the big, we knew we were going to be terrible our first year, but it was just all about working hard and working hard and working hard. Like we played London about 10 times. I think we lost 9-1, 10-1 every single game that year to those guys. There was just we had no chance. But it was, wasn't about that. We knew we were going to take our licks, but it was about learning and growing. And we had about 12 rookies on the team, and we were all super tight, super close, and just tried to build that into the next 3-4 years of hockey.
Yeah, you guys did that,
and you did that,
and you had a ton of success. Yeah. Hey, listen, you brought up the hazing, and we've had a lot of guys on with us, who obviously either experienced it or it was gone when they got there,
or they did it,
or they were involved with it. Now, was it pretty much gone away when you got to junior, or was it like still kind of an eye opener? Like, what is going on here?
No, it was gone. Like, and it was like there was nothing. It was, and I don't know, specifically because if things that had happened there specifically, that it was not stricter, but like, they made sure that everybody was on the same page. And we would just do the same stupid shit. Like we'd dress up and funny costumes for our rookie party and that kind of stuff. And all the older guys were great to us. We're picking up pucks after hockey, that sort of stuff, unloading the bus, packing the bus.
Go talk to a girl at the restaurant, the group of girls.
Yeah, like go over there, like whatever, just all innocent stuff, like which was great. It was fun. Like, and it just, as a team, like everybody's having fun together, like whatever, like nobody did anything stupid. Everybody respected each other, and it was good. So there was none, and I think that made it easier. If you're a young kid moving away from home for our parents and all that stuff too. So it's just like these guys are there taking care of us, and they did, and it was awesome.
Who are their old? Because that's everything. It's like when the hazing comes, it's not the whole team. It's like the 2 or 3 older guys on the team that are like overagers,
who run the show,
who run the fucking show. They could do what they want, and they're the weirdos. So who are the older guys? Because I never went through that shit either, man. People ask me all the time. But I had Jason Spezza, Tim Gleason, and Stevie Ott. They didn't think that way. Who are the leaders on your team that were played it cool? Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, at the time there was like a guy, Scott Todd was there, like
big Scotty Todd. Yep, big tough.
Yeah,
yep.
And Mickey Renault was a guy there who took care of us and like drove us around, that kind of stuff. Like there was a bunch of guys there that just were all having fun together too. And so, and you know what, we weren't very good, but everybody worked hard and we did our thing, and then that was that. So it was a lot of fun. Like there was nothing that like, made me intimidated or like nervous or scared to be around. Like all the guys were great. So it was a lot of fun being there.
How was your billets?
Oh, they were awesome.
Okay. Any weird stories about that, by the way, on your team?
No.
There's always something,
No, everybody was pretty good. I mean, a couple guys ended up moving around like over the years a little bit, but I'm very close with my billets and still am today, which is awesome. And like my parents were very close, like, so it really worked out well, and then because you hear stories about guys moving it around and people getting shitty billets, and then they're not like taking care of the kids there that are moving in, all this weird stuff. Like
no food.
Yeah, like none of that. So like I was good. I was in a great situation, and my billets were great. And they had a young boy at the time, he's older. Like it's awesome to like see them grow up and be a part of their lives too. So, we're still really close, which is great.
Listen, my brother just went to drop off my nephew.
School?
For hockey and at the Billets house. And he was like, dude, you're not staying here. Like it was a total disaster. And then they found him a second billet, and it's a great situation.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you're right, man. You just never know what you're going to walk into. But when it's a good situation, it makes the experience overall just that much better, right? It makes it everything.
Well, some of these, they don't feed you. They have no food, and they just want to collect like $300 a week.
I know.
Hey, weren't we good to you, though, Henny, when you were a rookie with the Devils?
Oh, yeah.
That guys were great, weren't they?
The guys are awesome there. Like and again, like, I'm still like, I'm coming in there. I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Like, you're nervous. You don't know what's going on. Like you guys have all been around for a long time, been through a lot of stuff. But like, I'm like, I'm going to just keep my mouth shut and like try to just work and work my way in and like whatever they ask me to do, like I'll do. Like, I don't care. Like, you're playing in the NHL. And now I feel like a lot of young guys are not like that anymore. They just think they should be on the top lines and whatever and come in and like blow the doors open or all this stuff. And I find like it's shifted a lot. Like the mentality of young kids coming into the league or trying to come in the league anyway. You're thinking what it's going to be like, but it's kind of interesting to see play out.
Well, you're seeing that firsthand because you got Zegras there in Anaheim and obviously Troy Terry. These guys, I mean, everyone knows who they are before they even step foot in an NHL dressing room, but like, listen, you've got people like Brent Sopel and some of these guys that come out and like trash these kids though, like at the same time, they're not like bad people. They're great players. They try to do some shit that maybe people aren't used to seeing historically, like in a hockey game. But what's it like being their teammate though? Like playing with Zegras and
honestly,
getting to know him as a kid,
They're great, like great kids, great teammates, like, and they have no clue when they're coming into the league, like everybody's, and the skill level of these guys now is outrageous. Like I'm so outskilled out there with some of these young guys. It's unbelievable to me. But then, like Z comes in and he's like changing the way people and kids look at hockey, really. Like his skill level is so high, the stuff that he does sometimes, and he just does it with ease, which I think pisses a lot more people off, because he just can't do it. Like I can't do half that stuff that he does, but like, that's not why I'm in the NHL, like as a player, like I know that. So I think some people see those things and it bothers them. And then, he's like, he just brushes things off, like left and right, like brushes them off. And he's such a good kid. And like to be his teammate is great. And he just tried as like an older guy, you try to just help them and teach them when you can. And they have to be accepting of that as well, because like you can be you can talk in there as an older guy and whatever, and it can fall on deaf ears, and when it does.
Mm-hmm.
You're just talking to talk, and nobody's like listening. And there's always some guys that do. And Ter's like, he came in and he struggled a bit early on, and then found his game and took off. Like, and I sit with him in the room, like we'll play on the same line at times, like talk hockey here and there. Like, he's an awesome kid, awesome person. Like, it's great to be these guys' teammates, but then you see from some other guys sometimes it just falls on deaf ears, and then like the league will spit you out quickly. And I don't think guys understand that. Like, you can come in, and once you're through your entry level contract, and maybe you get another shot at like 1-2 years, but if you don't establish yourself as with some sort of role, then there's going to be teams that don't. Like, nobody's going to want you, and then you're either going to have to sign an American League deal or go overseas or something.
Yep.
And that's quick. Like, it's like 3, 4, 5 years, maybe. And so you have to like establish yourself at some sort of role. Not everybody's going to score 40 goals in the NHL. That's just a fact. Like, that's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah, you got to accept the role that they give you too, and establish yourself in that role, because it may not be the role that you think that you're going to walk in and be able to, take on right away, right?
No, that's the thing. Like a lot of these guys are more skilled and put up a lot of points in junior hockey, and like, the people are all around them telling them like, you're the best, so you should be playing like here or there on the top and blah blah blah. But like, it's a hard league to play in. It's a hard league to make. It's a hard league to stay in and play for a long time. And that's just the bottom line. So like, guys have to be able to adjust and play different. Like, if you play on the third or fourth line or the top two lines, or you're a penalty kill guy, like you're not going to be on the power play right away for a lot of guys. And then they get all upset because they're not on the power play. But like, a lot of teams have great, like 5 very skilled players that are on their power play that are going to take up most of the time. It's just how it is. So you have to find a way to gain trust from the coaching staff, which would lead to more ice, and then just lead to more things and more opportunity. And that was like my whole thing coming into when I tried to make the NHL and then tried to stay. Like, you just have to be able to do those things. Otherwise the league moves on.
Yeah, no, listen, man, that's great advice for any young player who might be listening.
Yep.
But we've always had Zegras as back, man. He's been on with us, and we've had other, people. Shaddy's been on, man, who's, spoke highly of him too. So Getzlaf. It's like not everybody's going to be the same, but you're right. The game is changing, and people have to be willing to accept that. He took some heat with the Troy Stetcher situation or whatever, or maybe it was not even that. It was who beat him up from the Jay Beagle or whatever, and like he got all
that was the Troy Terry.
Yeah, Troy Terry got all upset afterwards, and listen, Pat Rabik came on with us, and he said he addressed the team after that, right? I mean, he kind of told you guys like, hey, if one guy's in, everybody's got to be in, right?
Yeah, and that's the mentality. Like, at the time, like, there's look, we had Nick Delorier and got rid of him, and for whatever reason, like those are decisions above me, but like, I still to this day, like, you need guys like that on your team. Like, it makes a difference, and it makes it there for a reason. Like, we have all these young skilled players that other people are getting pissed off playing against because of, the stuff they're doing on the ice. And, it's bound to happen at some point. So it's needed. And like, we've got a few more guys this year going in this season. So like, we all have to be there for each other, no matter what. Like, whoever it is, whoever's nearby, it has to be able to jump in and take care of those things. You're not going to have to go in there and like beat everybody up, but if it comes calling, like, you have to be able to stick up for the guy next to you.
Yeah, you've done that too. You fought a couple times.
Oh yeah, fucking Jarome fucking Iginla.
And after, Zegras got rocked by somebody, and you fought after he got rocked.
Preseason last year.
Yeah.
And but those are the things. Like, there's those things are going to happen. You got to be able to do it. But Janny saved my bacon on that one. Actually, like, I remember we're on a road trip in Calgary, and before we left, you grabbed me in practice after and were showing me how just to tie up in case something happens, just to tie up, don't have to fight, just to tie up. And you were showing me this before that trip. And sure enough, ended up having to fight Jarome Iginla that night. And I tried to throw one I tried to throw one punch. My arm went nowhere, and I was like, "Oh shit, here we go!" Like I just tried to hang on, and thank God I didn't take any punches because he's tough.
He's very tough.
Hey, you gotta,
and that's what I do, Andy. Just so you know.
I know, man. That's
good.
What I do.
That's
good you do that, and you got a Gordie Howe hat trick in that game.
Yeah.
So did Iginla, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I wasn't playing in that.
Hey, but like
he
came in like you rocked.
You fucked him
Iginla,
up,
man. You really rocked him. I mean, and then you were like, somebody was coming to his defense, and then he got up and he's like, no, I got this.
And he's like, fuck it.
Yeah, I think it was Craig Conroy came up, and honestly, like, I didn't even really like. I turned back up after the hit. I didn't really like think like, oh, somebody's going to be coming after me or whatever. Like I'm just kind of playing. And then he came over and then Jarome came in and it was like, okay, well it's on. You better get the gloves off quick and just try to grab on or something. You got to have a quick draw.
Don't want to get hit. Don't get hit. Save your brain. That's how it goes.
Save your brain.
Let me okay. So you're in Windsor, and listen, when you're in juniors and you're a star, like you kind of could do what you want. Like it's not very strict. I don't know how it was with you, but for back in the early 2000s, like you kind of do when you're leaving, you're signed or whatever it is, like you're kind of on your own. But once you went into that Devils locker room, Henny, and you got Lou Lamoriello watching every move you make. You got Marty Brodeur, you got Patrick Elias, you got fucking Covey, you got all the older team. Like, what was it like for you your rookie year with Lou in the helm, with all these superstars on that team? Like, was it a wake up call? Were you like, damn, I got to get to practice earlier? Like, there's a lot of pressure on me.
Just I mean, like all his rules he has, right? Yeah. Like. And it all seems like from the outside, it's like, oh, like what are all these rules are crazy, blah, 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 whatever. But like when you're on the inside, that guy he takes care of everybody, like everybody in there, your families, anything you need. And they're all there for a reason. I feel like they're all there to teach these young guys coming in or these players like, okay, this is the way that we do things here. It doesn't matter anybody else. Like this is how we do it. It just has that discipline and like he's had that forever. And I think that helps a lot of guys. But like coming in there, the year before I played the final game of the season, was my first game. So that kind of motivated me through the summer just to make sure that I was coming in shape and, maybe have a shot to make the team. Like, I don't know. And then Covey's there, like all these guys, they make the big trade, kind of open up a spot. But I think Travis Zajac, tore his Achilles that summer. Yeah. So, and I don't think I was like the number one, like draft prospect, like for centerman there or whatever, but I ended up making the team, I guess, in training camp. So I played the first couple of games of the season, get sent down. There was another injury to a centerman. So I get called back up and then, so I go on a road trip and I end up sticking after that. But I remember coming home from the road trip and, Pete then put me at center with Parise and Kovalchuk. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like I was like too nervous for practice and morning. I think it was just morning skate actually. And I remember we're just like doing kind of a 3-on-0 weave or whatever, pass, like shoot on like Marty. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like I remember okay, I'll give it the puck to one of these guys, like let them shoot. And I kind of went to the corner. Covey passed it back to me, and I just like kind of just went by in the corner. He goes, "Always be ready." Oh. And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, fuck, I'm like, I don't know these guys, and then end up I'm like, just play center, like get these guys the puck, like drive the net, back check, like that's it. Just do that, and like maybe this will all work out. And sure enough, it did. Like, and that was a fun year, man.
So okay, like Covey, man, was like one of my favorites ever. He was so talented, and he always laughed at he's got a bad reputation in Jersey because of what happened and whatnot. But Covey, honestly, as a teammate and a superstar and a Russian fella, he was the nicest, funniest guy ever, and probably the most skilled guy I've ever played with, too. Do you agree with that?
Oh, he was an absolute horse. And he was the best. Like I as a rookie, like I'm like, I'm quiet in there, whatever. Like he was awesome. Like going out to dinner, anything like that. Like he was like, yeah, absolutely. He's like, come with, blah, blah, blah. Like had all the guys that would go. And he was an awesome teammate, a lot of fun, kept things loose. But when it came time to like go, he was the guy that leaned on. He was playing 30 minutes a night as a winger. I remember. Like, and he'd fly around the ice like the most skilled guy out there. It's too bad, how everything ended up happening, but he was a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, so he came on with us and kind of explained it a little bit. Like, but what did happen? Like when you're his teammate, this guy's making $100 million, and all of a sudden, like he's gone, and it's like, no one really knows what's going on. Like Lou's negotiating side deals with the league in terms of how to handle it. So, what was your take as a teammate?
Well, honestly, like, so as a young guy, like we make this big run, we go to the finals, like everything's great. I'm like, oh fuck, perfect. Like we'll just do this every year. Like everybody's back. Like I don't know, the business side of things, and then sure enough, like after that, it's like I think the lockout was the next year for half the season, and then like we lose a few guys, and then we were no good, and then everybody's gone, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Like where's And that's just kind of the business side of the whole thing, where contracts, everything. The guys are older, some guys retired, some guys move on, and then the whole Kobe thing. Like I don't really know the like ins and outs of what happened. If he didn't like playing for Lou, or Lou didn't like him as a player, like I don't know if that was just a clash there, or what the deal was, or if there was. And it was shocking that, he basically had to retire to get out of the whole thing and go home and not come back, which is unfortunate because, us as teammates of his, like he was awesome teammate, like super skilled, like one of the most skilled guys in the league. And, like, I guess it's kind of like, well, what could have been? But I mean, it is what it is. And decisions are made, and then you kind of have to move forward.
Yeah, man. And you scored some massive goals, by the way, in New Jersey. I know you've been asked about it a million times. Yeah. The Rangers goal, the goal against the Panthers. Yeah. I mean, overtime goals, historic goals that people will never forget. But did you like playing for like Pete DeBoer? Like, was he your cup of tea? I mean, this guy's bounced around. He's always like winning, but then he goes and coaches a different team. Like, what was your experience with him?
He was great with me, and I think he knew me a little bit from, he coached in Kitchener, I don't think long before that. So like he kind of knew my game a bit. Mm-hmm. And like I'm a 200-foot player, and it was kind of the same way. So like I think it's kind of like you could plug in where needed, and it was like kind of a safe bet. Whereas like say you put in like a high-end skilled guy, like okay, there's no defense or whatever, blah blah blah. But like Pete was great with me, and like sure he's hard on his guys at times or whatever, but always treated me fairly, like, told me kind of what was expected at the time as a young player playing with those guys and what was needed. So, I think he is a great coach. And there's reasons like why he just goes and wins in places. I guess he's moved around a bit, but everywhere he goes, he just wins, turns the team into like a winning team, and has his guys that he takes with him. And, I would play for him in a heartbeat again, for sure.
Okay, so, that whole Stanley Cup run, of course, Eric Bolton and I were sitting out games, and it was a long, drawn-out ordeal, man, hanging out with the fucking Black Aces and all that shit. But you score the big goal against the Rangers, and we're going into the LA Kings Stanley Cup final. Like, I forgot, like, what was the mindset in the locker room? When you look at this this LA Kings team, they kind of come out of nowhere. They start kicking everybody's ass. Like, were you in the locker room? Was everybody very confident that they were gonna beat them? Like,
it seemed just calm. Like, I honestly don't even really know. Like we were a 6th seed and had home ice in the finals, which is like blew me away. They stuck in as the 8th seed, and I don't know what anybody really had kind of pick. Like, I mean, it would have been, an unbelievable story for us to pull it off and win. And like Marty and those guys that were still there, part of the Devils, all that kind of stuff. But like, I think we just, in those first 2 games go to overtime in New Jersey. And it's like, okay, well, like, flip a coin really at that point. But, and we go down 3-0. It's like, okay, this is a fucking, heck of a hole to get out of. But, I mean, man, we clawed back as best we could, but we just fell short, and I think that's just what happens to a lot of teams and going like east to west and all that. But man, that was a lot of fun. Like, I mean, you're there, like you can taste it, you can feel it, and you're like, okay, well, we're, like I said, we're just going to do this every year. We'll be in the playoffs and fighting, and I'm like, this will be awesome. But that went out the window quick too.
Hey, weren't the Kings so like? I remember watching, and it was so frustrating. They blocked every fucking shot. Every time you tried to shoot the puck, every time Parise, Patty Eliash, Covey, nothing would get through. And if it did, Quick would just stand on his head. It was like the most miserable thing to watch ever.
Yeah, and honestly, probably for fans, like the Devils versus the LA Kings of the team they were then, like shutting it down, it probably wasn't like super exciting hockey for people to watch. But I mean, that was the team. Like that was how you won. You block everything. Like, you give up, and then you got Marty Brodeur and Jonathan Quick there. Like, what more could you ask for? Like, it's going to be a low scoring series and all that. But I mean, it was just so much fun. I mean, it was. It still hurts to go in there today and see the banner up there in their rink.
Oh, especially when you're playing in Anaheim and you got to go to LA.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And then you got to see it there. I remember Bryce Salvador was like scoring goals like left and right, man. It was, and
he was unbelievable. He had like 24 points or something. It's crazy.
I know, like more than he had. And you reminded me of like Scotty Gomez, like not necessarily in style necessarily, like, but you came in, had so much success as a rookie. He did the same thing. They won the cup his rookie year. You guys got to the cup final. So it had like a lot of similarities. I think you were a finalist for the Calder Trophy too, man. So, hey, but why weren't you able to stick it out in Jersey? Like, what happened? What led to you ended up leaving there?
Well, I think, so after all that, we kind of go into you're putting kind of Band-Aids on the holes for a few years. Like they're trying to, keep the team relevant in the mix and trying to get in the playoffs. And we were just no good for a few years. Then there's coaching changes and GM changes and changes being made left and right. And like, we were just no good for a long time. And then when Ray came in, I think I had a year left on my deal, and I didn't really, I thought about it a little bit in the summertime, like, okay, maybe like I'll get traded this year, like around trade deadline or whatever. Like you just kind of think that way. But I just think at the time there wasn't much value trade wise on the team, other than me and, maybe another piece or whatever. And they needed some defensemen at the time. And the only crazy thing was that it happened at the end of November, I believe, which is early for a trade, right? Like it was, which was why it was so shocking, I think, for me. Like literally I'm driving to the rink packed for a road trip. I get a phone call and he's like, Adam, I traded you. And I'm like, he's like, pull over. And I'm like, fuck, like, I'm like, what? Like, I had no clue. Like it was coming, nothing. But at the time, Anaheim had a lot of injuries. And like I showed up in Columbus to meet the team in Anaheim, and there's like nobody there. Like nobody. Like literally half the team was all injured and back in Anaheim. And there's guys on the team I'm like, I've never even heard of that are all like called up and playing. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, these guys really do have a lot of injuries. So I think it was literally just a hockey trade in the end. And, new GMs come in, they have to make moves and do their job. Like everybody's got a job to do. So I don't think it's like, he didn't like me or that sort of thing. I bet you he would have kept me around if things were different. Maybe the teams are different, but it's just kind of the hockey play at the time and in the market and the change of, I guess, what each team needed. So.
Yeah, man.
I get you, man.
That was a weird year for Jersey too, because I think wasn't that the year that Taylor Hall won the MVP? Like I think he won the Hart Trophy that year.
I think it might have been. Yeah, I can't remember which year it was. It's all the years just blending together now.
I know. Are you guys tight? Are you guys tight? You and Taylor Hall? I mean, you guys have so much like history together.
Yeah, we actually just so we were all just down in Windsor for the Bob Jones ALS charity game, which. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of hockey people, a lot of old players, a lot of ex-Spitfires, a lot of coaches that all went down. It was a special weekend. I mean, it was sad. Obviously the circumstances surrounding the whole thing, but we were all down there and we all try to stay in touch and we have like a group chat going and everybody it's like old times, just show up, we're playing golf and then the stories start rolling. Everybody's having a great time. So it's always nice to stay in touch with those guys.
I know. I was trying to tell Cam to to head down there.
Man, I will,
because I think Otter was there, right? I mean, Otter was like he drove up for that. There was a bunch of guys.
They live there.
Brady, no, he lives here. Brady Kachuk was there, who plays for Ottawa, obviously with Bob Jones being a assistant coach there, man. So that was great. So many of you guys went there to support his situation, man. I mean, honestly, it was really cool. That coaching staff, by the way, DJ Smith, you got a lot of guys, man, that you've played for, man, that are head coaches around the NHL right now.
Oh, yeah, it's always a good thing. I only got 1 year left, so it's always good to have people sprinkled around the league.
Shit.
So Cam's going to be there for the next one.
I'll be there for the next one, dude. Trust me.
Perfect.
We'll go out and party. Hey, okay. You grew up blue collar. You did your thing, although you had tobacco and I guess a little bit of marijuana, so you lived a pretty damn good life growing up. But once you signed that first Big O ticket, Henny, for 24 schmilly, fuck yeah. Were you like, God dang, like I'm going to buy some shit, I'm going to do this? Like, what was your mindset once you signed that ticket?
Yeah, so I was down in Windsor because I would spend the summers down there and train down there. And, when I guess the final call came in that it was like, okay, it's done. Like, this is the contract. I was sitting with my buddy in the beer store parking lot.
Yeah, baby.
And he's like, he looks over at me and I just tell him, I'm like, well, it's done. Like, I signed the deal. And he's like, how much? I told him. He's just like blown away. So sure, we're go in there, grab a couple cases of beer and just had ourselves a pretty good night. But it was just like I was just like kind of blown away. I'm like, holy shit. Like, that's like everything you dream of, really. Like that amount of money and everything. And just to be there and to be in Jersey for that long, or at the time, I guess, was awesome. So that was a super cool moment.
God, yeah,
dude, you did it. You did it twice.
You did it twice, Henny. Just so you know.
Yeah.
How was the next one?
The second one, he's like, what the fuck?
Were you in the beer parking lot again for round two?
Dollar General?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that exciting. The second one. No, the second one wasn't as exciting, but still just as exciting, I guess.
Well, God, yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
So, like, okay, how's your place? Okay, you go to Anaheim. Are you like, oh, all right, man. Oh, I know all my boys are living over here. Like, are you really taking your time trying to find a nice setup? Like, what's your place look like in Anaheim?
No, now we've moved around a couple places. We were down closer to the water and had we were on the canal, had a little Duffy boat right parked in the back, and it was all that. So we were like, my wife and I, we just enjoyed like our time there. Now we moved into a more of a family neighborhood with the nice backyard and the pool. We got a little girl. She's 9 months old now. So I'll tell you what, Jenny, I remember being in that locker room that first year, and a couple of the guys are like, oh boy, like it goes quick. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, you guys are just old or whatever. And, but here we are, like, it does. It goes by quick. And so at times you try to remind myself, like, to try and like actually enjoy everything and enjoy like playing and you know what? And that hasn't been easy because I've been on some pretty bad teams. Like, we don't do well. You go into the rink, you know what that's like. It's just miserable mood. Everybody's trying to like, you're trying to figure the world out and solve the world's problems. It just doesn't work, and you're just kind of grinding through. So just try to, now that I've played for a long time, I'm just trying to remind myself of that and try to like, continue to just work and fall in love with like the work side of things and then try to enjoy that and just try to be the best like player that I can be, whether or not we're doing good or not as a team. You have to be able to do that, I think, as a leader.
Damn right.
Man, I can't believe that you're 33. I got to be honest with you.
He looks good.
I feel like you came into the league yesterday. This guy's played over 800 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're one of the most underrated players in the game, man. Like, you look at some of the goals that you've scored. Like, you score, like, highlight reel goals. Like, I mean, unbelievable goals. Like, the alley-oop lob that you did to yourself and some of that. I think Leah
that one was nuts. With the whole, like, with the whole trade scenario, that was crazy. Like, my first game back in Jersey, I was nervous. I was, like, basically crying on the bench, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then to go do that there, well, that was pretty cool. That might be my most, I don't know if it's my favorite.
Oh, easy
time,
now.
But that was like, it's up there. It's up there.
Oh, it should be.
No.
You had some, What do you mean? Oh, the overtime.
Come on,
yeah.
Andy.
Well, I got you.
Both
I
overtime.
got
Oh
you.
yeah, you got to those ones all go.
That's
first,
a separate category. That's a separate category.
Okay.
But you score like even like some of your like shorthanded goals you score. Leah Hextall's had some great calls. I was watching some of the
Leah.
some of the videos online today, and just kind of I was like, wow, she's on the call for a lot of your great.
Did she get a name right?
Historic calls. So no, man, you scored some great goals. You're very, very skilled. Did you score a goal on Ryan Getzlaf's final assist of his career?
I did.
That was against the Blues, man. I remember working that game, I think. It may have been a road game, though.
It was in Anaheim.
Yeah, okay.
And it was Getz. I think we had a couple games left in the season, but that was his last game. And sure enough, like there's only a couple minutes left, and he gets it. And I'm like, oh God, he's gonna pass this over. Like fuck, like. And I was nervous before because I knew it was coming. And he does like a backhand spinorama, like, and it's coming right on the tape. And then it goes into like slow motion. I'm like, fuck, what do I do with this? Do I just hit it? Do I grab it? Do I try to like whatever? And I just hit it. And thank God it went in because I'd never hear the end of that ever if I missed that.
Could you imagine if you missed that?
Oh, Henry.
No.
Because there was like 2 minutes to go in his career. Like the game was almost over. And like David Perron is like, tapping Getzey on the shin pads as he's skating back to the bench. Like it was like a moment. So I'm glad you delivered for that, Adam Henrique, man. Otherwise, he would have had one less assist and everybody would be talking about that, But it was
every
great
time
finish.
Now he's working for the team, so every time he'd come by, he'd just probably tell me about it.
Is he cool as fuck or what? Like, because he seems like a cool-ass dude.
Yeah, like coming into Anaheim, like, it was like him, Corey Perry, Ryan Kessler was there, Cogliano, like, Kevin Bieksa, like, they had an older team. It reminded me of, like, that Jersey team, where the team just kind of runs itself. Like, you just go out there, run itself. The coach just kind of steers the ship, but the guys know like what's going on. And it was like, so it was a good feeling getting back to a team like at that spot and at that level to come in and be a part of. Like it was really cool.
Hey, listen, could I ask you this? One event that I'll never forget, and people here will never forget, is when Jay Bomeister collapsed on the bench in Anaheim.
Yeah.
I imagine you were playing in that game.
I was in that game, like, and it's just like, you got no clue what's going on and you're just helpless. Like, but thank God, like, they have all the people right in place, like the doctors sitting behind the bench, like all that sort of stuff where like when something like that happens, like everybody's on it, like within 30 seconds. And I think if something like that was going to happen, like I'd want it to happen at the rink because everybody's there, and it seems like it's such a big spectacle. It's on TV, like, and everybody doesn't know what's going on. There's no information to be like passed around that, that he's like back and conscious and doing okay, like to all the like everybody. So it was scary and it was really scary. And I knew like Steve Ott on the other side, like, so I tried to reach out to him and just so we could like, know that he was okay, which thank God he was. But I honestly think like if you're going to have like a grabber or something like that, you want it to happen like at the rink, like on the bench, because there's not going to be any more, if I'm walking down the street at home with my dog, like you're toast. So it's, thank God that he was okay there.
Yeah. What kind of dog you got?
Oh, I got two little like Havanese dogs. I'm like fully domesticated now. I got the two dogs.
Are you carrying them around like, to Starbucks and shit?
Are they in your backpack?
Are they in a backpack? No, Paris Hilton?
No.
Like, come on.
No, but I'm when I fly back, like we're the people now that we get on the plane. I got two dogs there at the gate. I got carrying the baby. I got the stroller. I got the car seat. Like I got the works.
Yeah, you
do. They're not paying me enough to fly private yet.
Well, you could do that a couple. No, you could do that a couple times.
California's expensive.
No, you can do it. Expensive. Come live in Missouri
to sell more tobacco. Hey, buy your dad some more land for more tobacco fields.
Hey, let me ask you something though, Henny. Like, you're a handsome dude. You're a sweetheart of a guy. Were you single for a while? Like, did you play the game for a bit? Like, how'd you meet your girl? How'd you start a family? How old were you? Did you get it out of your system?
Yeah, for a bit I was single in Jersey, and we had a lot of young guys that were just kind of a crew, which was a lot of fun, and like I mean, playing for Lou, like everything's obviously like you just kind of go about the business or whatever. But like, it was a lot of fun. Like going out, like we'd head down to like Mikey's bar and he'd take care of everybody there, make sure everybody's doing great.
Yep.
And then, so we've been together. We were actually, our second anniversary is coming up, and we were together about 4 or 5 years before that. So we met through a friend and kind of went for there. And my whole thing was like, I knew I wanted to have kids and everything and try to do that by like a certain age. And I would love for them to like enjoy, you know, dad playing in the NHL and that sort of thing. Because I think that's special. I think on that team too, like there's a lot of young kids, and that's cool. Like I think that brings the team closer together. They're running around the locker room, like screwing around. And so now that I can see that, like it's a lot of fun. And my daughter will be a good age for this season, hopefully just be in and around the locker room and like playing with all the other young kids and that kind of thing. And I think it's good for the young kids on the team too, like Z and those guys to be around like our kids. And it just brings everybody closer and kind of helps you like grow up and see the other side of things and that. But like, I mean, for those guys too, like you're top of the world playing the NHL, making a bunch of money, single, just having a good time. So it's, everything's been amazing. And, you know, I love my little girl so much. It's been awesome to be a dad. And I was just at swim class yesterday in the pool with everybody and going to gym class to work. So it's a lot of fun.
So
hey, Zegras can babysit, by the way.
Yeah, I trust him.
I don't know. There's no way.
No fucking way,
I don't trust that guy.
Hell no. Hey, no. So Stevie Thomas, like did you have to go up and ask him to marry his daughter? Like, is he a cool cat?
Well, he's the best. Like, he's one of the guys, like, honestly, the best. I couldn't ask for a better father-in-law. And it's just fun, like, being around the house, like, golfing and everything. Like, that guy played for, like, over 20 years.
Forever.
Which is crazy. Like, now I don't, like, even guys that play for a long time, I don't know if they play that long in the league. So, you know, he had an amazing career and like, you know, just nothing but respect for him. And
he ever get mad at you? Does he ever get mad? Did he ever get mad at you?
No, okay. Nothing. I just, you know, I'm just a nice kid around here. I try to sweep the backyard a bit and do some things around the house, but no, it's the best. And seeing him just be a grandpa now, like he just loves it. He's running around with her playing everything. So it's pretty special, pretty, you know, ventured into a fantastic family and couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, man. He coached here in St. Louis a few years back, but he played in Anaheim and Jersey, you know, so you guys have a lot in common. Didn't he have a son? Like, doesn't your wife have a brother who was drafted by the Capitals maybe? Like, what's he up to now?
Yeah, he was. He played a few games in the NHL, and then he's been over to Russia and kind of doing his thing over there. He's now playing in the Austrian league for the last couple seasons. So he's kind of doing his thing over there. They lost in the finals of Game 7 last season, but he just went back about 2 weeks ago. So he's just doing his thing over there. And again, it's so much fun when everybody's home and just hanging out, just kind of like it's just hanging out with the boys, you know?
Yeah, man.
We could talk to you about so many things. I mean, like I don't want to keep you on here forever, but like your Memorial Cups and all the success you've had, man. So you've had a great career. But I do want to ask you, like, was Bob Murray that bad of a guy? Like, did you get along with him as a general manager? Like, what was your relationship like with him?
I got along with him. I mean, he was like tough and, you know, tough love kind of guy, but like, that's just, and I had no problem with that. Like, but I think he liked me as a player and you know, he tried to get like everything out of me that he could. And, you know, with all the other stuff that went on, like, I don't know, you know, it's hard to, he's the GM and you're kind of there and he's kind of steering the ship. But then again, Anaheim kind of got into a situation where, you know, you're trying to keep patches, like guys are retiring, guys are leaving, like, okay, we're trying to put patches on things. And then, you know, then he leaves. It's a full, like, maybe the year rebuild and all this, whatever you want to call it, like, should have been a year or so ahead, but like, it just kind of is what it is. And we are where we're at. And they've made a lot of changes since then. And with coaches, GM, obviously, and like staff all in there. So it's one of those things, it's I think he's doing well, and wish him nothing but the best. And I've certainly enjoyed my time under him and under other GMs as well.
All right. So I know you got the daughter. I know hockey. I know you're in California and nearby Toronto. But like, what are your other hobbies, man? Like, what are you into? Are you into conspiracy theories? Are you into fucking history? Are you doing this? And by the way, when you do retire in the next 7, 8, 10, 15 years, what do you want to do after hockey, man? You want to be part of the brass of a team? Like, what would you want to do?
You know what? I don't know right now. I try to think about it every once in a while, and I guess just the hobby. Like I go out golf, try to train, and right now just try to be a good dad, and then that's kind of it right now. Like, but I'm not getting out on the golf course much because we're just running all these kids classes, which is it's just fun. Like I enjoy it and enjoy being there and watching her like change and all that. And, as far as being the part of the brass, like I don't know if I would or not. I don't know like what role I would enjoy in hockey. Like I don't think I would necessarily want to be a coach or a GM.
Too much travel?
Just too much. I'd like to come home and I don't know where we'll live after hockey. We'll come home, be close to family. Like honestly, being in California, it's like a perfect little bubble out there living there. It's like too good to be true, but it's just far from family and stuff. So like I try to like plan the future from years from now, but I mean, I'd like to be playing in like another 5 years, still be playing. So
nice.
You will.
And that's kind of just my focus is like, okay, how can I like do that? So we're coming up, I have like a year left on my deal, and then we'll be able to kind of see where things go over the season or free agency or next year or what happens. It's just like a lot of unknowns, but I feel like I can do a good job of just blocking that out and just kind of do my thing and go play and just continue to try and score some goals.
Hey, Johnny, we'll get you another 5-year deal. Don't you worry about that. He'll get
right.
you.
Yeah.
And another 5. Hey, how's that knee doing, by the way? And were you ever close to being dealt last year? Was anything ever really close as far as you know? Because you were like in a lot of rumors, man, about trade rumors last year.
Yeah, so the knee's great. Yeah, the knee's great. That's just like another year. I got getting used to that, but no, the knee was great, and like I really wanted to come after. Obviously, nothing happened. Like I really wanted to come back before the end of the season, just so I had that like confirmation that everything was good and okay, I can play. And like so, I played 4 or 5 games, but which was good going into the off season. But I don't know if anything was close or not close. I think if anything it probably was thrown off with the injury. I don't know if that would have like completely stopped a trade or if they were just like talking, because it was about, I can't remember, a week or two before the trade deadline. So, I'm sure that would put off a lot of teams or not knowing, the exact status of me or like if I would be back or not be back at all or what it would be. So I don't really know how close anything was. But I think you always hope that there's interest for you out there, whether anything comes to fruition or not.
Yeah, well, there will be. And you're going to help a team in the playoffs next year.
You're on the podcast, too.
If you don't, sign an extension with Anaheim, man, somebody's going to pick you up during the season. You're going to help them go on a run and hopefully have some success in the playoffs. Hey, last thing. You're a big pizza guy, apparently. Okay, so give me your top, like, pizza spots on the road, man. Like, give me your, like, top 2 or 3 that you love on the road.
And he's a vegetarian.
And no. I love pizza, dude. I'm listening to some of these. I was, like, looking up some of these places you talked about, like in Anaheim. I guess Anaheim has good pizza, man. I didn't know.
Ask about food. And he doesn't eat anything, Adam. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
That's not true. Give me some good spots.
My number 1 is Godfather's Pizza in Burford, Ontario.
Ooh.
It's my favorite pizza, and I don't think it's a lot of other people's favorite pizza, but it's one of those things. You come home, I'm like, I gotta get a slice. Like every time I'm home, like have to have a slice. And then honestly, on the road, like not too much pizza on the road, but Windsor has a lot of great pizza. There's a lot of great pizza joints down there. There's like 4 or 5 of them that were fantastic. So I ended up finding myself there quite a bit. But
you're not going to bring up Jersey, dude.
I know
dude,
Canada has the best pizza.
No, it does not. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, Henny, dude, the Jersey people are going to be pissed about this. Just so you know,
there was a spot there we ended up eating pregame actually down in Hoboken, and they had like just outrageous slices. There'd be like pasta on a pizza, like anything you name it. There'd be like it'd be like a sandwich, not even like a slice of pizza, but they're all just slices of pizza. I forget what it was called. It was on like 12th Street or 13th Street in Hoboken. Was awesome. So I would frequent there too.
Dude, I thought you were gonna say like Jersey, New York.
Dude, they're gonna get you.
He's telling me
Henny.
Windsor and Ontario has
Henny.
the best pizza.
Oh my god,
it does. I'm telling you, it does. It really does.
I trust you.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it from the fans.
I'm pretty sure there's a documentary out there on Windsor pizza.
Really? I don't think there is. I don't think there. All right, Henny, man. Hey, listen, you're one of the best rookies I've ever played with, dude. You were such a nice guy. You worked your ass off. Everybody loves you. And by the way, send me some fucking tobacco, okay? I don't care what the fuck it is. I'm going to put it in my mouth anyway. And if your dad starts growing weed, send me that too.
All right, I'll see what he's cooking up at home.
Let me know. Send me everything he's got.
Hey, all the best to you and the family, man.
We love you, buddy. Right on.
Hey, thank you, Jenny. I appreciate everything you did for me, bud.
No problem, dude. We'll talk soon, buddy. Good luck to you.
The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by Bellman and Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get out there to Detroit, Missouri. Check it out. On one side, you got the Buick, the GMC. Options for everybody. Then right across the street, you got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Again, find something that works for you and get yourself a new set of wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
That was Adam Henrique, Cam.
Great kid.
Great kid.
Great kid.
Not even a kid anymore. He's 33. I honestly, did you like my comparison? Kind of reminds me of like how Scotty Gomez came in, because when Gomez came in, he won the Calder. Henrique was a finalist for the Calder, and they both played with the Devils. And Gomez won the Stanley Cup his rookie season, and then Henrique went to the Stanley Cup final, scored some huge goals. It was just like both rookies, man, with the same organization. I just felt like there was some comparisons there.
Did Gomer win Conn Smythe?
No, I don't believe.
Marty did.
Let's double check
2000? 2000. Gomer was 10 times more popular
than Henrique.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just letting you know. Like, Scotty, because he was knocking cats out. That's right. Scotty Stevens won it. But Gomer was gigantic. Yeah, he was. Way bigger than Henrique. Yeah, Henrique Gomer stood out, dude. He was a young kid. Stood out. Like, he was quarterbacking a power play. Right. Like, he was doing all.
I'm just saying Henrique had moments. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Henrique was solid as shit.
Like, I think he scored 2 overtime game winners en route to get into the final that year. And he knocked out the Rangers, too, which if you look at the Devils' history of historic goals, that's on there.
Yeah, big time. And then Jason Arnott, certainly on there. A bunch of different ones. But Adam was great, man. He scored the game winner in Florida to knock them out. And then
double overtime.
And then we shit-kicked fucking Philly. Mm-hmm. And then Rangers went to Game 7. He scored that big goal. And then goddamn L.A. fucking shut us down. Yeah, bam, boy. They blocked every shot. Jonathan Quick came out of nowhere. You know, Doughty and all these cats. Those guys, man, they weren't great all year, and then they became a powerhouse.
You know, I was texting with Jeff Carter the other day, man, not to name drop, but he's cool as shit. Name drop.
Get his ass on.
He's cool as shit. I'm just saying, man.
Have we?
He's with Pittsburgh this year, too. Like, Pittsburgh... And Kyle Dubas, man, is our guy right now, too. We were in touch with him recently. We were in touch with Dubas. He likes the podcast. And
we're so, like, wishy-washy,
and
man.
it's like, okay, so now we're okay with
because,
Doobie. He's out of Toronto with, like, you know.
Here's what
now we'll see what he does in Pittsburgh. And listen, he made the big deal. Yeah. So you got, EK65 coming on board to join the boys. I have never found it in me ever to dislike Sidney Crosby, Malkin, Letang,
I love all those guys.
That whole crew, man. I would love nothing more than to see Sidney Crosby win one more Stanley Cup before he retires. Love Mike Sullivan.
Yep.
So now, Jeff Carter, he's part of that mix. He's in Pittsburgh. Dude.
So Kyle Dubas, who we've bashed hard on this here show.
Well, just when he's like fighting with fans and shit.
Because he never, and then Andy gets a hold of him and said, "Hey, Doobie, can you come on the pod?" Dubas sends back Andy a long, thoughtful response. Could have ignored you from fucking 6 ways from Sunday, and he didn't. and he mentioned both our names. He individually said something about both of us in this text and said how much he respects us. And it went on and on and on. And he said, just give me a second. I got a lot of shit going on. I'll come on. Wait till things die down a little bit. We got a lot of da-da-da-da-da. And you sent me that, and I'm like, that's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
I'm chirping this guy so bad for being a nerd and fighting people and shit like that and making weird decisions and acting kind of goofy here and there. Then he gets back to you. And it stunned me. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this guy.
Did you feel bad? No.
I felt fucking, no. I don't feel bad. But it makes me rethink my you know, like, my evaluation of the guy.
You know what my evaluation was?
Like, seriously, it makes me like, it makes me like, I'm going to support this guy.
And for the record,
just because of that.
I've known Kyle for a long time, going back to when he was a player agent.
Yeah.
He was like, his partner was a guy who I still talk to this day.
Yeah.
We met for breakfast at the draft a couple times. You know, I would see him on the AAA circuit, you know, when he's recruiting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so, you know, I've known him for a long time. I mean, listen, what this guy was and what he is now, it's pretty unbelievable. But when I read his text, what came to mind was, wow, Lou Lamoriello has had quite the impact on Kyle Dubas.
Ah, I like that, Andy.
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
I like that, homeboy.
The way he
I like
responded
Yep.
was very, he knew what he was doing at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, not in a bad way. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of politician going
of course,
on.
Man, we're scary.
But I think he was genuine at the same time, man.
Even if he's playing the game with us, because we're a big podcast, dude. Like, we get a guy on, like, it changed people's minds on things. Like, it blows up here. It could maybe hinder somebody. It could do this. Like, we're kind of scary in a way. Not that we want to be. We put ourselves in more jams than anything. Like, we talk more about ourselves and our personal life than other people's personal life. Like, my stories aren't about somebody else's personal life like a lot of people do, like a lot of podcasts do, where they talk about everybody else's story but theirs. We talk about ourselves. We talk about our own demons and all this shit. But we're hard on Doobie. I was hard on him. He never reached out. I never knew him. And then once he did that to you, you sent me that. I go, son of a bitch.
He's like,
I have a newfound respect. And Cam, that's all it takes. No, that's all it takes. I'm a simple fucking man. You get back to us and mention us like that. Yeah. Like, that's all I need, man. You completely, that's business too, guys. All you guys out there, man. Sometimes you think you have an enemy, you think you have somebody, all you have to do is reach back out to them and just see what they do. See how they react to it. And now he did that. Even if he comes on or he doesn't come on, like, that's all I needed. Now I still want him on, but now I'm like, no, I got a newfound respect for him.
He's like, Strick, what's up?
Yeah, he's like, hey, man. Hey, guys, I respect the shit. Like, this was
he's like Strick, what's up? I'd love to come on. Who's the guy you do the podcast with?
Yeah, who's an athlete that you do the podcast with? You know the athlete on your show? No, but again, like, I'm a simple man, dude. You get back to me. You treat my wife nice. You treat my business partners nice. You treat my business partners' kids nice. That's all I need. Like, you want to fucking you make bad decisions. Now you got us. Sorry, that's how it works. You get back to us like that. That's all we need. Now, I want you on the podcast and stuff like that, but he's a big dog. He's got a lot of shit going on. He's got a lot of drama behind him.
Well, the problem is, when you work as long as he did in that market,
scares you.
I just think you're on edge, and you're a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
You just got some trepidation about everything.
Yeah, man.
Because you think
ways,
everybody's out to get you.
They are.
You know what I'm saying?
They are.
You know, I was texting with somebody today, remember? And he was like, man,
I overreacted.
Your profession kind of scares me a little bit because of my time in Toronto.
Of course.
And I tend to lump everybody in with that.
I know.
Not recognizing that everybody...
It's like we lump people
They're not all the same.
No one's the same.
It wasn't somebody we were trying to get on the pod.
It's just like when you're driving down the highway and you see a weird guy and you're like, fucking get away from him. You never know. He could save your life if you got into a jam. Like, you can't evaluate people like so easily like that, right? Like, you can't just look at somebody like, I know what you are. No, you don't. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know who they are until you do. And not like we know Doobie, but that certainly helped him, his cause with us, because we were chirping the motherfuck out of him. And now he comes back and he sends us that. I'm like, man.
Yeah, but Toronto as a whole was just the team in general.
No, he invited a lot of things to himself, but now, like, I look at it like he's a busy guy. He could have been like, fuck them. But he's like, no, let me get back to them. Even though he might not do anything. That little decision
and
goes
give you
along.
2 paragraphs.
That little decision goes a long way with me.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
All right.
That's it.
Before we say goodbye, because we went really long in the intro
Sorry,
today.
guys.
So
we got deeper
and I know
shit,
a lot of
and I don't
y'all,
want you getting mad.
you just don't have all day.
I get it. I love all you guys and girls.
I like what Henrique said about Zegras too, because you got a lot of people like popping off who don't even know this kid and don't recognize or understand young hockey players in general, and they're just kind of crazy. Like everyone that kind of becomes a little bit more like tougher and crazier, like when they're out of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, here's what I would do.
Yeah.
This is what I would do. I would knock his face off.
Okay. You've never done it to anybody in your life, but you're going to do it now when you're retired.
Because he did the Michigan.
Yeah, and there's some like Hall of Famers that don't like it.
No, they don't.
Retired Hall of Famers. You know.
I tried to do it in the Warrior game.
Well, I should have put a bounty on you then.
I'm joking.
I know you didn't do it because I would have heard about it. I hear everything. And I heard nothing but good things, man. So you did good.
They're great.
Or you must have not done anything. That's more what I think it is.
No.
It's not like they said Andy played well. It's more like Andy was just there, but he was nice.
I did okay.
You did okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just saying.
Even Otter was pumping my tires a little bit.
I bet.
Okay.
I bet.
Probably getting invited. Probably get invited to the next one.
Probably right.
I'd like to put on our own charity event
I would
against the Warriors.
I would.
And everyone wear Cam and Strick jerseys.
I like that.
You want to do that?
Yeah. No, 100% I'd do that.
Losey was supposed to be there apparently.
That's a good idea that I actually would go through with, Andy. That's one of your ideas that I'm like, you know, when you say that our wives need a podcast, I'm going to tell you, go fuck yourself. Hey, they're going to be good.
Last words for Henrique.
He's a good kid. He's going to do whatever he wants.
He's not a kid anymore, though.
He's a kid to me. Stevie Thomas's daughter, he married.
Oh, yeah.
I love it, man. He's got a lot of money. He's got a good head on his shoulders. And he's a good, I'm sure he's going to be a great daddy and a good husband.
I see him being involved in.
He's not like a guy that sniff around. He's just a good
I
dude.
see him being involved in the game after hockey, too.
I asked him that, didn't I?
Kind of.
So what do you want to do, homie? You can do whatever the fuck you want. What you want to do, boy? Mm-hmm. You know? He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Adam Henrique, great kid. Support him. Devils fans out there, love all y'all. I figured that you needed another Devils on here.
He plays in Anaheim, though.
Yeah, but the Devils fans, I got to reach out to because those are my people, you know?
He got a big contract from the Devils and the Ducks.
Yeah, I know. 25 schmil each, baby.
If you get 2 monster... What's a monster deal, in your opinion? What's
20 million.
What's life-changing?
20 million.
Not like 15 or 10.
You do 3 times 5. Yeah, you're making about $6 million off that. Yeah, you're okay.
$6 million.
15, like you all the shit.
Really?
Yeah, $7 million. Depends on where you're at. You're in California, you'll get $6, $7, $8 million out of that. That's life changing to normal people. But as an initial athlete, you're buying a lot of crazy stuff. You're probably still gonna have to work afterwards. You sign $25 million.
But if you don't buy a lot of crazy stuff, then
okay.
you're fine.
But sometimes you want to listen. I just wanted to show that I had money to people. Like I didn't even make any money. Like I just wanted to show off. Like some people think that way. You know, some people are a lot smarter than I was when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Some people are in different situations, and maybe they grew up with a little bit more money, and they knew what to do with it, and their parents were on them about different things. But you can sign $1 million deal and be set for life, homie. You can sign a fucking $500,000 deal and do the right things. But I think if you're not very smart about investments and what to do, then you'd have to make $20 million to really not do anything for the rest of your life.
Okay.
I don't know. And people are like, what, Cam, you're crazy. I'm like, well, it just depends on where you live and what you're doing and what your hobbies are, what your lifestyle's like. Are you an addict? Are you divorced? How many kids you got? Oh, you're divorced. Oh, okay. 20 million? Okay, well,
how much money do you lose in a divorce?
Oh. As a dude? A lot.
Damn. Yeah, I think about those people, too.
I don't want to get
people
divorced,
go through
man.
some shit.
I don't want to go through it again.
Again?
I wouldn't go.
You act like you've been married before.
I don't want to go through wheeling another girl and have her understand me like my lovely wife does.
What would
how hard that would be
that girl look like if you had to wheel another girl?
She'd probably be some hillbilly girl from Mill, Missouri that just like wants to just chill with me and stuff, you know.
Okay. Well,
I don't even want to think that way because
stop
I already got one.
Yeah, You shouldn't even say.
No,
that.
I'm just. You're asking me a question. I'm answering it, dude.
Well, she wouldn't look like Kate.
She wouldn't look like Kate.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that if I did get divorced, I would probably go through such depression to where I'd actually become skinny again.
Oh.
But
you know how else you could?
We could go to First Form, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
No shit.
Firstform.com/Cam Strick.
And stop drinking.
That is the link. Use the link, get that protein, get the apparel, Cam. Cam's wearing lots of. We're going to take a picture actually here in a little bit because we're both wearing.
Why? I look like shit.
No, we're just going to put it up today. Here, Brody, go ahead.
Why?
Brody, go ahead. Just take a
No,
picture.
man. The place looks like no. See, Andy always wants to put like no matter what, I'm gonna take a picture of everything.
Take an action shot.
No, like we look stupid.
It's whatever. You don't have to look at the camera. Just like be chill. So yeah, just firstform.com/Cam Strick. Get the fucking get the bars. Get everything. Get the apparel. Get everything you need. And I am First Form.
Fuck yeah.
Firstform.com/Cam Strick, baby. Get that and get that today.
Damn right, baby. Man, let me look at those goddamn pictures.
We'll show
See,
them to
I look
you
like
afterwards.
shit.
IRC, baby. Again, Cam, 888-743-0971. If you or someone you know wants to learn about the Illinois Recovery Center,
You're damn right.
call that number, 888-743-0971. You can always message me.
And me, dude. If you guys really want to know, message me. I'll tell you what's up. Let me know what you're on. Let me know what you're trying to get off of. Let me know what you've been through. I'll talk to you. Try to get WhatsApp, too, if you're in Canada, by the way. Download WhatsApp, and I'll give you my fucking number. Just message me on one of my social media accounts. And if I need to talk to you, I'll call you on WhatsApp. So it doesn't cost anything if I fucking call you from goddamn Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Get the gosh dang WhatsApp, baby. All right, we're taking a picture right now. I look like a fucking...
Get the WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, baby.
I have WhatsApp. Why are you saying that?
Because it doesn't cost any money if I got to talk to somebody in Sweden.
Put your hand down, dude.
No.
This is an action shot.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you mean you have to WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is...
Yeah,
doesn't
I
cost
know.
any...
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
So
Why are you asking me?
Why would you need that?
I have it. I want them to get it so we could talk, and it doesn't cost any money.
Okay.
See, I actually talk to people.
I have WhatsApp.
And he talks to his buddies on there. He doesn't message anybody else. Doesn't do anything.
I got it
I talk
originally.
to everybody.
You know what I get it for? Because there's a couple agents, like when they're over at like...
not anybody on heroin, not anybody on down with alcohol. No, I talk to those people. You're talking to agents that help
when
you
they're
out
at the World Championships.
So you can monetize. I'm not monetizing
or
this.
if they represent European players. If they live over in
yeah.
Europe.
You're doing God's work. You're talking to agents, doing God's work.
888-743-0971. Illinois Recovery Center.
They're doing God's
work. info@illinoisrecoverycenter.com. That's the email address. If you want to get personally in touch with our boys Eric or Chrissy,
damn right, baby.
Then reach out and we can certainly make that happen as well.
We love them.
Cam, Tesson Roofing and TessonRoofing.com.
Hell yeah.
I might have to have Brett Tesson play with us and First Form Nick, actually.
No, that'd be a sick
during our charity game.
Be great. Well, at least no one's going to bag you up.
No.
Those two on your wings.
No.
You know what I mean?
I got a lot of protection.
Yeah, you got those
it's
two.
Like
you got me.
Semenko playing with Gretzky.
You need a lot of protection, I feel like.
Hey, that nano shield gives you protection.
Yes, it does.
Is there better?
It's 130 degrees out here in St. Louis. Get fucking hooked up by these guys.
Is there better protection than the nano shield cool coat? I don't think so.
Hell no.
Hey, TessonRoofing.com. Check it out. Give our boy Brett Tesson a call today. He's the absolute best, and we appreciate the support we get from Tesson Roofing.
Love them all.
Here on the Cam and Strick podcast. All right, SparksandSparks.com. Use our promo code Cam and Strick. I told you you'll save more money by using our promo code than you will on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Get your skates sharpened and do it the right way. Find out why so many NHL teams and players are using Sparks for the highest performance possible in your skating.
You don't want Seth doing it.
No, you don't.
After you got done killing four cats at night.
Okay. Oh my God. I don't know why you even have to bring that up.
Weirdo.
I don't know why you have to bring that up.
Because he's a goddamn weirdo. He's killing animals.
People are having a good day. People are having
killing animals in
people
your neighborhood.
Don't even want to hear that.
Hey, your daughter's home alone?
Oh my God.
I'm dead serious on this.
Looking through the window?
I'm dead serious.
Okay, well, can we change the topic?
No, I'm just letting you know. This motherfucker's crazy.
And he works at the hockey shop.
Fuck yeah. Creeping you
So
out,
if you have a Sparks, you can avoid Seth at all costs.
Jesus, get away from
Best investment you'll ever make.
Nutsack Seth.
Oh my God.
He's a weirdo.
Best investment you'll ever make. Sparks. SPARX. Take your skating to the next level with Sparks. Sparks. SPARX. Sparks.com, baby. love having them back on board again for this coming hockey season. And, of course, Bellman and Bellman.com. Cam, at Bellman, you get
Swing decks.
You get sushi and flavored water, though, and they take care of you. And everybody gets approved, man. Everybody gets a car. Great pre-owned selection, great new car selection. They got Buick and GMC on one side of the street. Other side, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, all in Troy, Missouri. They are the absolute best, man. Danny Boy, Kenny, Dale, all y'all over there in Troy, Missouri. Check it out, Bellman, Bellman.com. All right, Cam, this has been the Cam Strick podcast.
Thank you.
We appreciate everybody for listening and supporting
We love
the pod.
all you guys.
All y'all.
And
message me.
Yeah, we love you guys. We're
And
trying
crush
to
the 5-star button and give us a review.
Yeah, and take care of our sponsors and
All
reach out to us on social media and follow all of
And tell your friends.
Tell your friends and stuff like that. And pardon my language. And sorry about if I offended anybody. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to entertain all y'all. We love all you guys, man. That's all we want to do.
Sorry about Cam's language, and I apologize if he offended.
And they don't give a shit.
If he offended
No,
you.
they don't care. Hey, you offend, I think, more than I do.
Oh, really?
Well, I think it's your lack of knowledge.
Oh, can we give Johnny Taves a shout-out, too? We hope he's okay. We hope he's all right. He's not retiring, but he put out a retirement statement that said he's not retiring.
Well, then what does that mean?
So we look forward to when he comes back a year from now. He's an all-time great player.
Yeah, I like
If
Johnny
he walked
Taves,
away right
man.
now, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
He was always good to me on the ice, dude.
Was
always
he?
Respectful. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Johnny Taves,
I'll give you an
man,
example.
thinking about you. Yeah.
After I fought a bunch of guys with Chicago, going to the penalty box.
When you were with the Blues.
Yep, and the Devils, and he'd hit me in a.
Really?
It was a good job. That's
wow.
And I wink at him, and he fought David Backus one time, and I did the same thing to him. Like, fucking right, because he went toe-to-toe with Backus.
Wow.
Yep.
Don't forget,
Just little things,
next time, I do
man.
want to talk about long-term COVID. Next
Good
show.
God.
That's what he has.
Fucking long-term. Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Is that
Oh, yeah.
for real?
Mhm.
Okay, we'll talk about it, because
Right.
it's a thing.
Isn't that what he has? Yeah. Yeah, it's long-term COVID. Hey, listen, just Google it, Cam, because it's
I know what it
keeping
is.
him out of the game right now.
I know what it is. Did he get vaccinated?
I don't know.
Fuck yeah, he did. He should be okay, though.
I don't know if he did. So
How can he not?
don't know.
How can he not?
What do you mean, how can he not?
He's in the NHL.
Well, not everybody got vaccinated.
Did you know that Jonathan
Tyler
Taze? Did
Bertuzzi.
Jonathan Taze not go to Canada?
I don't remember if
Yeah,
he
exactly.
played.
No, he's vaccinated.
If he played at that time. Because remember, he
Vaccinated.
took a long time off before coming back. He took a year off a couple years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, it says he has chronic immune response syndrome. Apparently that's making the COVID thing worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he vaccinated?
Hey, listen, I was just talking to
Bastard.
somebody the other day who did get vaccinated. Same thing. He still doesn't have like taste and smell back. It's been like 3
Get
years.
the booster. You'll be fine.
Okay, we're not getting political. You hear that music playing? That means it's time to go.
Yeah,
This
get
has
the
been the
fifth
Cam and
booster.
Strick podcast.
Get the fifth booster.
Hey, at Cam and Strick, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere. We appreciate all the support.
Love all you
man.
guys.
My,
Love all
my
y'all.
DMs are open. Message
Mine
me.
too. Love you guys.
And my
Quit selling yourself.
my what's it called?
Bagging
When you do the
people.
videos, what is it called?
What's the
Cameos.
story?
Those are open
Oh,
too.
God.
Yeah, the
Mine too.
cameos. Yeah. Everybody have a great
See
day.
you guys.
Thanks
Love
for
you.
supporting. Hey, thank you to Adam Henrique too. Thanks for supporting the podcast.